can help. Visit us at our locations in Fort Myers, Naples, Bonita Springs, and Estero, or online at finemarkbank.com.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
You mean I could have diabetes and not even know it?
Then why would I want to know?
Heart disease, amputations, stroke, blindness, kidney disease. They all can be caused by diabetes, so it's critical that you know if you have it. But what makes diabetes so scary? Many people don't know when they have it, because there are often no symptoms. Meanwhile, diabetes can be causing damage that will lead to serious problems later on. If you're over 45, you don't exercise, and you're overweight, you're at risk for diabetes. What should you do? See your doctor, because a simple blood test can detect the problem, and with early treatment, you can prevent the devastating effects of diabetes. For more information, call the American Diabetes Association at 1-800-DIABETES. That's 1-800-DIABETES. Don't be blind to diabetes.
Keeping you rooted in the truth. 92.5 Fox News.
Thought I got hit by a propeller. It hit me so fast, it felt like a boat was going 50 miles an hour.
A Florida diver is really counting his blessings this morning after an alligator, look at this, attacked him on his head and his arm, all in Sarasota County. Now, this happened in the Myakka River in Venice as Jeffrey Heim was hunting for shark teeth. The gator bit him twice on his head and then on his hand before he could finally just get away. He was rushed to the hospital with a major skull fracture and he needed 34 staples.
Her environment, protecting her family. That's how those animals are bred to do. And I learned that the hard way. I'm lucky it wasn't much worse.
Yeah, doctors say Heim should be better in a few weeks. And again, it's alligator mating season, so the reptiles are out and about and they're more aggressive than usual. And I was watching some of this interview, Lindsay, and he's saying he's just glad that gator didn't do the death roll because he may not be alive.
I know
today.
He said he likes to hunt for those teeth in the rivers, but he said he's not doing that anymore. Mom told him, I think that was a message.
Probably smart.
At large after neighbors hear shots fired during a pizza delivery in this Lee County neighborhood. What we know coming up next.
Plus, sending drones out to protect you from hurricanes. All new in 25 minutes. We take a look at this orange technology you see being sent out to sea so we can better understand and prepare for a major storm.
And cops from an already embattled police department now accused of throwing snow cones at homeless people. Coming up, what the FBI is now doing about it.
92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. And there are so many of them. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms and hire us instead, I wonder why they ever called the other firm in the first place. They were smart to switch before it was too late. You only get one day in court. You know who has the resources and results to fight to handle your claim. And the big insurance company on the other side, they know it too. They know us well. You have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and know when to walk away. Walk our way. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm Sarah, and this is my story.
I'm Ellen, and this is my story.
One night, I was at a bar.
I
was having fun with my friends.
I
had one too many drinks.
I
got behind the wheel to go home.
I got a cab to go home.
All of a sudden, from out of nowhere, a squirrel ran across the road. It happened so quickly, I barely had time to react.
The cabbie barely had time to react.
I swerved.
The cab swerved.
I can't believe it. I hit a guy.
I cannot believe it. The cabbie just missed a guy.
I wish I took a cab.
Thank goodness I took a cab.
You have the choice to save a life. Don't drive buzzed. It's a decision you'll never regret. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Did you know that most teens who drink alcohol get it from people they know? Usually their friends or family members. But regardless of where they get it, alcohol puts teens at risk for injury, to themselves and to others. You can help make it a safe summer for the teens you know. Don't serve them alcohol. It's unsafe, it's illegal, and it's irresponsible. Find out more at don'tserveteens.gov. That's don'tserveteens.gov. A message from the Federal Trade Commission and this station.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
A shot in a beer. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. President Biden is pushing to meet his coronavirus vaccination goal with the help of private partnerships, like having barbers promote the shots or having them administered at their shops. Anheuser-Busch is giving away $5 credits once the president's goal is reached.
President Biden does not drink, but to try to get more people vaccinated, he's using beer.
That's right. Get a shot and have a beer.
It's just one of the tools the president is using to try to get 70% of U.S. adults vaccinated by the 4th of July. Right now, at about 63%, he's roughly 16 million Americans short.
Fox's Peter Ducey in Washington. After an hour-long meeting yesterday, President Biden and West Virginia Senator Shelley Moore Capito agree to reconnect tomorrow. She's leading Senate Republicans' negotiations with the White House on infrastructure spending. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is fighting against being replaced by what he calls a dangerous left-wing government.
Yair Lapid of the Yesh Atid party has reported to Israel's president that he has the majority he needs and the desire to form a new government, therefore removing from office Benjamin Netanyahu. The final piece to put their majority together was an Israeli Arab party, the United Arab List. And this will be the first time in history that an Arab party has served in the government with an Israeli prime minister.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Jerusalem. They just wanted to swim in the ocean. 2 little girls who took their parents' car in Utah.
When their parents were fast asleep, 2 sisters took the keys to the family car. West Valley City Police Lieutenant Bill Merritt.
2 females had taken the car from their parents' residence in West Jordan and were traveling, we believe, to California for whatever reason.
The girls are at the tender ages of 9 and 4, and we now know the reason they took the car was to drive to California for a beach vacation. The 9-year-old was behind the wheel. She crashed into a truck near Salt Lake City. Luckily, the sisters who were wearing their seatbelts weren't injured, and neither was the truck driver.
Fox's Tom Rigotti. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning. We have a crash right now in North Fort Myers on Pine Island Road, just to the east of the intersection of 41 near that Walmart Supercenter. So watch out for some activity. Deputies heading out to that scene along with EMS to check for injuries right now. Clear along I-75. No construction left over from overnight. 41 not seeing any problems up and down through Lee County into Collier County. Alligator Alley is clear as well if you're getting ready to head toward the East Coast. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. Expect another round of scattered showers and storms this afternoon. The best chance of rain will be along and north of the Caloosahatchee, but everyone has that opportunity. And based on how much rain we've seen lately, you want to watch out for some minor street flooding and ponding on the roadways, not just this morning, but into the afternoon and evening hours too. Otherwise, hot and humid once again, temps in the upper 80s, lower 90s, and we keep this above average trend going all the way toward the end of the week and heading toward the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
At Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, rheumatoid, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Tee up and swing into summer at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Experience excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, and low summer rates. Play 18 holes with cart for just $35 before noon, $30 after noon, or play any day after 2 p.m. for only $25 all summer long. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Got mold?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friends.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. You know the real estate market's really hot right now, but for how long? Well, nobody really knows. I mean, if people don't catch up on their mortgage payments because of COVID, the market's going to get flooded with foreclosure inventory, and that's scary because your home's value could plummet. So if you thought about selling your home for a premium price, now's the time to do it. But you don't want to make any costly mistakes. That's why you need to get with Anthony Gomes from Gomes. See, he's been buying, selling, brokering, and investing in real estate for over 20 years. Mistakes in real estate can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Anthony wrote a book on how to sell a home, and he wants to ship it to you for free. Just go to GomesMovesHomes.com and tell him where you want to send it. Inside, you'll gain 20 years of secrets from wealthy home sellers on how you can sell for a premium price without doing repairs, letting strangers go through your home, and you could pick the closing date. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. Again, GomesMovesHomes.com.
Looking to hire? Indeed will help you speed up the process. Find the right candidates faster. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida.
Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-4795. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you going to the website to check us out. Facebook at Drew Steele Radio for as long as they'll continue to have us, but who knows? I mean, you do it and then somebody catches on, and next thing you know, you're not there anymore. I don't know if that's the case right now, but we just keep it going. That is fine. Hey, coming up, Tucker Carlson explaining why many people knew it. And the one takeaway that I will discuss throughout the morning is more and more, all of you tinfoil folks out there, you know who you are. The media knows who you are. The left in this country knows who you are. Democrats know who you are. The fake elected officials here in Southwest Florida who tell you they're Republicans or that they're on your side, only to find out that they're quite the opposite because that's how they get elected. They all have been pointing at you, and they know who you are. Hey, give me something that hits like reality, Jake. What's something that the youths of America talk about? What do millennials say? Hits you like
an alien crash landing to Earth.
That's probably true. That's what they say. It's not, it used to be hit you like a freight train, hit you like a nail on the head or head on the nail. No, now it's aliens crashing to Earth. By the way, there's some news. There's some space news out there. New space news. As you know, now we're going to Venus. It's not enough we're going to Mars. Now we're heading to Venus. I didn't know you could. I'm trying to figure it out. The closer you are to the sun, the hotter it gets. Right? And Mars is just a nasty atmosphere. And it looks like Utah or like, Nevada, something like that.
Very similar, yeah.
Venus is going to look, I don't know what Venus looks like. I'll bet you it's curvy. See what I did there? Venus? No?
I don't get it.
Okay. Look up your Greek mythology. Is that what it is? Anyway, so we're not going to talk about that too much. We're going to talk about how you've been called every name in the book. You've been told that you're not allowed to put on social media things about where the virus may have started, Wuhan, China. And now all of a sudden it seems like it's okay. But, now they say it's fine. But all of this information now, especially these emails, did a great job of explaining one email in particular that really does not only blow the lid off of everything that has gone on for the past year, but the many concerns that people have had. And even PJ Media said it's official. The paranoid were right all along about Fauci and more. Is that right? If you were one of the paranoid, if you were one of that were out there saying, this thing smells, this thing stinks, this whole idea of everything going on with the vid and its origins and what it is and is not, and the masks and no masks, and we don't wear masks. No, we have to wear masks. As a matter of fact, we have to wear 10 masks. Oh, no, the masks don't do anything. Wait, maybe we should keep the masks handy just in case there's another outbreak of something. No. See, all of you people who did all of that, all those machinations, you moved around in the strangest of ways to try to explain to people, but you kept having these verbal arrows thrown your way or shot your way or whatever an arrow does, flung your way. And you were called crazy. Now all of a sudden it's like, hey, I wonder what else I've thought about in the past 6 months that you've said I'm crazy. And now I'm starting to think that I'm getting a little more confidence. So what did happen? A big trove of Fauci emails came out. Thanks to a Freedom of Information Act, which is very interesting because it was BuzzFeed and the Washington Post who put it out. And, forgive me for being a little skeptical, conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat stuff, but it is interesting that BuzzFeed, who has a habit of releasing information and things that might be, well, let's just say it was BuzzFeed that started the whole Trump-Russia collusion hoax, that they were the ones, and Washington Post were the ones that released all of these emails. It's almost as if like they released it because they were trying to do damage control right now, knowing full well that there is so much going on. There are so many balls up in the air that maybe this one will just go away. So Town Hall did a great article, 6 bombshell revelations from Fauci's emails. They read through all of them, and they had 6 of the real ugly bombshells that popped up. And I'm going to read those to you in just a bit. But if you didn't see or hear Tucker Carlson from last night, I want to play that audio. It's a little longer. I think it's like 2 minutes of one section that I want to play. But it shows how the Fauci was pretty knowledgeable about some of the things early on with the vid. One of those being that it was possibly and probably manipulated in a lab. The gain of function that he denied existed that was happening only to find out through these emails that maybe he knew. And ultimately calls to question a lot of what we've done, how far individuals are willing to go in order to get whatever it is that they're trying to get politically, bureaucratically. Listen, if you're Fauci, and you're making a couple of, a 6-figure, well into the 6-figure salary, and you're a bureaucrat and you're just kicking back, and it's a pretty easy go. I mean, you toss out, there's always some kind of SARS or some kind of virus or some kind of bird flu or something, and you kind of feign, a little bit of, hey, we're concerned about it. We'll check it all out. We'll do all of these different things, and pretty much understanding possibly a little more than you're leading on, but you could pretty much sit back. It's a cushy bureaucratic job. But boy, when it hits the fan like it did, what do you do? And what happens? So here's Tucker Carlson explaining one very important aspect of the Fauci emails that came out, if you missed it, and how you got to ask, politically, bureaucratically, what are you protecting? What were you doing? You knew all of this information about the vid early on, and yet for some reason you were trying to hide it. How do you spin your way out of this one?
Consider this exchange, which began the evening of January 31st, 2020. It was a Friday just before midnight. The first email came from an immunologist called Christian Anderson, who works at the Scripps Research Institute in La Jolla, California. Anderson warned Fauci that COVID appeared to have been possibly manipulated in a laboratory. Quote, the unusual features of the virus make up a really small part of the genome, less than 0.1%. So one has to look really closely at all the sequences to see that some of the features potentially look engineered.
Now I got to stop there for just a second. Are you, like I am, getting tired of people saying, well, there's a couple of 10, 15 scientists that are telling you something, and you ignore it? And on the flip side of that, we're told that there are 10 or 15 scientists that are clearly convinced that climate change is man-made, and we have to do carbon taxes and all these other things to fix the climate, or to change the degrees, or to stop Miami from sinking into the ground because it's built in a swamp. And when you have high-rises and building built on a swamp, guess what? I'm just suggesting that there may be a little bit of sinkage happening every once in a while. But, let's ignore that portion of the science. Are you kind of sick and tired, like I am, that if 10, 15 scientists come out and say, oh, yeah, man-made climate change, oh, hey, I'm going to listen to those 15 people only, exclusively, because it fits my narrative. Like Tucker was just explaining about Fauci, who received this information very, very early on, that it appears as if the lab may have manipulated this virus. What happens next?
The next day, on February 1st, Tony Fauci wrote back, "Thanks, Christian. Talk soon on the call." Fauci then sent an urgent email to his deputy, a man called Hugh Auchincloss. The subject of that email, in all caps, was important. Quote, "Hugh, it is essential that we speak this AM. Keep your cell phone on. Read this paper as well as the email that I will forward. You will have tasks today that must be done." Attached to that email was a document. It was entitled, quote, "Barrick, Shi et al., Nature Medicine, SARS Gain of Function .pdf." Now, the Barrick in the attachment referred to Ralph Barrick, a virologist based in the U.S. who collaborated with the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Barrick worked with a woman called Dr. Shi Shengli, known as the Bat Lady because she manipulates coronaviruses that infect bats. She was the she in the attachment. Now, keep in mind that during the questioning from Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky fairly recently, Tony Fauci denied that this same Ralph Barrick had conducted gain-of-function research. Again, this is the Ralph Barrick in Fauci's attachment, which was entitled Barrick, Shi et al., SARS Gain-of-Function .pdf. And yet, under oath before the United States Congress, Fauci denied this.
Dr. Barrett does not do gain-of-function research, and if it is, it's according to the guidelines, and it is being conducted in North Carolina. And if you look at the grant and you look at the progress reports, it is not gain-of-function, despite the fact that people tweet that.
Oh, it wasn't just on Twitter. It was in Fauci's own emails.
It was in Fauci's own emails. So he lied. Fights with Rand Paul. Rand Paul is on to him. He's got a willing media that will go along and help him to protect him. And now the media is doing what? Are they spinning? Are they helping to spin? The information is there. So again, told early on by a scientist to be concerned, immediately picks up the phone or the email, has to have an urgent meeting, get everybody together because they're going to have to do something about this message that is out there. The messaging is going to have to change. Question everything. Question everything. Question everything. Trust but verify. How are we supposed to now move into the rest of this year, into 2022, into an election season, and believe anything and everything that is being told of us by bureaucrats, by certain politicians, by the left? Do you see how insidious this is and how far this goes? To what end will people lie to us? To what end will they be comfortable with the destruction of economies? With the changing of life in an instant? Of children that we come to find out in some news stories just the other day. I want to say it was yesterday. And Jake, maybe you can look this up because this is just off the top of my head. I just read this story. In Colorado, Children's Hospital, Colorado, they are seeing very disturbing instances of suicides by kids because of, and you know the answer, lockdowns, not being able to go to school. Do you see any story like that about that as you Google the famous Google? You see the story. We have kids, Children's Hospital in Colorado, and it is like I think they called it like an emergency, this is a serious situation where kids are trying to commit suicide because they are so depressed because of the circumstances in their life and the fact that they could not go back to school and back to the classrooms and how their life has changed because teachers' unions care more about money than they care about kids. That they want more influence and money and opportunity for the teachers' unions than they want the safety and security of the mental aspects of what kids have to go through. Now, if that sounds harsh, tell me where we're wrong when that evidence is there. Don't tell us that it's us being the crazy conspiracy theory, lunatic, tinfoil hat people. Don't do it. Because we have evidence that shows exactly what we're talking about. Now we have evidence of what happened with Fauci, with these emails and what we believed all along and the concerns that people have. Soon this morning, I'm going to get to the latest story on election integrity. Why is it that Fulton County in Georgia is giving a hard time to those who are trying to find out about the 145,000 mailed-in absentee ballots that a judge said copies have to be made and every one of them has to be looked at and made available to this post-election litigation? And for some reason, some interesting, crazy, conspiracy-like things are actually happening. But there's nothing to see here. We need to move along. No. Question everything. Question everything. And why not? Yeah, there's more to the Fauci emails we'll get to, the 6 bombshell revelations, and I'll read more, just so you know that this story does lead to a lot of facts. And the facts are that for the longest time, and maybe even today, you've been told that you're the fringe, you're the crazy, you're the tinfoil hat, you're the nut jobs, you're the fill in the blank. And then more and more information starts to come out where you start to, like PJ Media said, it's official. The paranoid were right all along about Fauci, right all along. See what we did there? No, that's not the kind. No, that's not a drum. No, that's a. So we'll have more on that coming up. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. There's the website if you want to watch. This Friday, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, 6 to 9 a.m., this show will be broadcasting live from our favorite place, Oaks Farm Seed to Table, the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. I hope that you will show up and join us, grab some coffee, grab some breakfast, hang out. We have a nice crowd that shows up and just kind of relaxes and hangs out, and we do appreciate that. And we do appreciate Oaks Farm Seed to Table. If you have not been there yet, it is an amazing place, one that is hard to describe. All right, more coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5foxnews.com.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Ally Financial's becoming the first large U.S. bank to entirely end overdraft fees. Ally said it was concerned about the impact that overdraft fees have on minority households. On Wall Street Wednesday, a positive close with the Dow up 25, the S&P up 6. Fox's Susan Lee reports there was a trading frenzy over AMC and other unexpected stocks.
A group of unlikely stocks seeing a surge in the markets, with shares of AMC, BlackBerry, and Nokia benefiting from purchases by small-time investors in recent weeks. These so-called meme stocks are being propelled by heavy interest coming from retail traders on social media sites like Reddit. Shares of AMC Entertainment hitting record highs on Wednesday, climbing more than 90%.
AMC had been on the brink of bankruptcy because of the pandemic. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
Kitchens controlled by your voice. Sneakers that track your steps. AI-powered homes. In a world full of things you never thought possible, here's one more. Now you can get Allstate's quality insurance at an affordable rate when you bundle your home and auto. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company, and affiliates, North Illinois.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. You might have seen our matte gray trucks with blue and white lettering on the road. Just know that in every truck you see, there's a certified technician who is trained to repair your system, not just sell you a system. As always, you can chat with us online at getpureair.com. Also, please join me every Saturday at 11:30 for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon, you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Our original gold-rimmed homemade vanilla. The country's gold standard of ice cream flavors since 1969. Its hand-cranked taste takes you back to simpler times. That's why we put the word home right on the carton.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all Super Targets and Walgreens.
If you're currently driving a vehicle that is leased, pay close attention. The loaner lease release payout is at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Thursday through Sunday only. Sutherland is buying all lease vehicles and paying out the original full retail value. Plus an additional $500 Nissan bonus cash for your time. Even if your term is not over, even if you didn't lease from Sutherland, you still get paid. Own your car outright or making loan payments? Bring your car to Sutherland for up to $8,000 over book value. And with our huge inventory to shop from, now is the best time to get out of your current loan or lease. Get the full retail value and $500 bonus cash or up to $8,000 over book value. Then rush to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral by Sunday. Your used car megastore online at flnissan.com. And remember, if you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Your home is more important now than ever before. So when your air conditioner needs maintenance, repair, or replacing, Conditioned Air wants to be your first and only call. The Florida weather can be challenging. When you have a cooling issue, our team is here to resolve it quickly and efficiently. You can be assured of honesty, respect, and our desire to exceed your expectations every single time, and we've been doing that since 1962. Conditioned Air, 1-888-COLD-AIR, or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table. We do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Houston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, this is Papa with our most important commercial in the past 30 years. Fox News just reported that several insurance companies are dropping their homeowners insurance in the state of Florida, and over 50,000 homeowners will lose their coverage just as hurricane season is starting. Whether or not you will be affected immediately or down the road, you should call Papa for our free tile roof inspection so that we can put you on our proactive list. If we do find needed repairs, we'll make it affordable. If you then discover that you do need to find new insurance, at least we can make your roof look clean and in good shape. Once you get on our proactive list, we'll call you automatically if we get hit. If you do need emergency service, we can help you. License number CCC 1326213. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, they say it's not too late to call Papa for our free inspection. You know the number, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. Don't procrastinate. It's not too late. Call Papa for a date, 945-2700.
You find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company?
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning. For over 45 years, our motto has been, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. There's another sit-down on infrastructure spending plan for Friday after President Biden and top Republican negotiator Senator Shelley Moore Capito met yesterday. The GOP wants to spend $928 billion.
The White House wants to spend trillions more taxpayer dollars on everything from infrastructure to child care. And the Senate parliamentarian is telling them, White House Democrats, that if they want to do that, they cannot manipulate the rules again to try to make it possible to pass that with fewer votes using the process known as reconciliation.
Fox's Peter Ducey. Another U.S. agency reveals it's been the target of a cyber attack, the MTA in New York.
The transit agency alerted in late April by the FBI and the NSA. According to the New York Times, the digital criminals are believed to be sponsored by the Chinese government.
Fox 5's Dan Bowen. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning. Off to a quiet start on the roads. I-75 and 41, not seeing any major slowdowns out there. A little bit busy if you're in North Naples. Toward Vanderbilt Beach, we're seeing some delays eastbound on Vanderbilt Beach Road, right near the Mercado, and on Goodland Frank Road southbound heading toward Pine Ridge and Vanderbilt Beach Road as well. Looking clear right now along the bridges between the Cape and Fort Myers, only taking about 3 minutes or so in each direction. Getting busier, though, eastbound on the Midpoint Bridge out of the Cape. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. Expect another round of scattered showers and storms this afternoon. The best chance of rain will be along and north of the Caloosahatchee, but everyone has that opportunity. And based on how much rain we've seen lately, you want to watch out for some minor street flooding and ponding on the roadways, not just this morning, but into the afternoon and evening hours too. Otherwise, hot and humid once again, temps in the upper 80s, lower 90s, and we keep this above average trend going all the way toward the end of the week and heading toward the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I am mad at everything going on.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
It's Kaylee Kobe at Kobe Cooling. It's been almost 5 minutes since you have heard an air conditioning company commercial all day long. Blah, blah, blah. So how do you pick the best? First, only pick a company with NATE certified mechanics. Next, the license holder should also be the owner, not some random license. And you want someone who has stood the test of time. In other words, you want Kobe Cooling.
When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949. And now offering Kobe's exclusive brand, the Florida Reserve. Call and ask us about a 10-year guarantee with no hassle warranties.
If you've been considering getting a new car, there's never been a better time. Hey, Aaron Walker here from Naples Nissan. Used car values are at an all-time high, up $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 more than ever before. And while used car prices may be going up, my new car prices certainly are not. Rebates and incentives like 0% financing for up to 5 years, I'd say they're close to being at an all-time low. If you could get $6,000 today than you could a year ago, why wouldn't you? If you could trade up to a brand new Nissan with a lifetime unlimited mile warranty, why wouldn't you? And oh, by the way, we have over 400 new Nissan models to choose from. I'm telling you, it's a buyer's market, folks. There's never been a better time to buy, only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road or naplesnissan.com.
You've worked hard in life and created substantial wealth, but isn't your legacy about more than money? At FindMark, we ask our clients, how will they inherit your values along with your wealth? Having a plan is essential. FindMark can help. Visit us at our locations in Fort Myers, Naples, or online at findmarkbank.com.
Nothing runs like a... I need something I can depend on. I need a Kubota.
At Florida Coast Equipment, we have equipment you can depend on. We have the best deals in town for Kubota tractors, mowers, utility vehicles, and Kubota construction equipment. Our family has been Florida's premier Kubota dealership for over 30 years. Whether you're buying, renting, or simply need your Kubota service, come on over to Florida Coast Equipment in Naples. Equipment you can depend on at a price you'll love. Florida Coast Equipment. We've got you covered.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company?
Don't sweat, call Brett.
I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning. For over 45 years, our motto, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call Brett Air right now. Find them online at brettairconditioning.com or like them on Facebook.
Don't sweat, call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
Kennedy at 3 and Drive Home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That's the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. If you go to Facebook at Drew Steele Radio for the time being, you can always go there. Coming up, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Fauci fallout and the 6 bombshell revelations from these emails. In case you don't know, we'll have that on the way. Oh, and not only that, another thing that's going on that might be interesting. You know what? The question about jobs and what we may see tomorrow, the jobs report comes out, and it seems like they're getting ahead of the fact that the numbers are not going to be good. That's what we're hearing right now, that it seems as if the reporting is going to be really ugly. What they're going to call an unusual jobs report, an odd jobs report. And businesses still cannot find enough people to hire. I cannot tell you, I don't know if I've ever seen more help wanted signs around Southwest Florida than now. Right? Wouldn't you agree? So we're going to get to that coming up as well. Bad news, if your name is Karen, you are someone who is looked at completely different than you were not too many years ago. And not just that, nobody wants the name anymore. One way it's being put by Yahoo News is it's going the way of the dodo. You know what the dodo bird is?
No clue.
Yeah, okay. Let's just put it this way. Soon, the name Karen will be extinct. No one wants their baby girl named Karen anymore. It's tanked in popularity over the past year. Through 2020, the name Karen fell a whopping 171 spots on the popularity list, from a low of 660 to number 831, according to the Huffington Post. Yeah, it's already been having enough problems. But now it's fallen to its lowest ranking since 1929, the name Karen. All because of a meme in TikTok and whatever else, right?
That's
it's
the
true
memes
that
control the market.
It's
Name the babies.
This is what we've done. Don't you? I feel bad. If your name is Karen, listen, I don't have a problem with you if your name is Karen. But when you introduce yourself to me and you say, my name is Karen, I look and go, should I take a step back? No, I don't do that. That's not true.
Would you like to speak to the
No, would you like to see? You see what you've done? Would you like to speak to that is so, it's terrible. It's not funny. It's bad because there are people right now that are listening whose name is Karen and they're sad right now because of all of this. Yeah.
I'm sure the Karens listening are very lovely and sweet.
Yeah. So there you go. There's a lot of reasons why, as you can imagine. Names being a mirror of the times, right? How names have risen and fallen. For example, after the helicopter crash and death of basketball great Kobe Bryant, the name Kobe leapt 175%. Kamala, nobody thought of naming their child Kamala the way they do now, up 104%. Liberty rose 12%. So that's good. And so people are just, looking at the name Karen and are thinking. Which, by the way, speaking of the way of the dodo and extinction, that gets me on a topic that drives my wife crazy when I talk to people about it, and I shouldn't say it, but I think they found that there were three. I read or heard about a story that there were 3 species, is that the way you'd put it, of apples, varieties of apples that they thought were extinct, that they rediscovered in orchards, I think in New York State, was it Washington State? One of the states where they make, where you make apples, I don't know. But they said. They
grow on trees.
Yeah, they like money for Jake. Or what doesn't. But wishes that it did. But they found 3 types of apples that they thought were extinct that actually still exist on the planet. And I guess they're kind of cool because one has it's yellow with red stripes. They're really weird. But anyway, they found them. But the point is this. How many times have you had the discussion with somebody that you know that maybe it's just me? I'm sorry, but when somebody says an animal or a variety or something is extinct, I got a hard time believing that. With all the oceans and all the land that we don't walk through on a daily basis, I don't know how somebody can go, haven't seen it in a while, it must be extinct. I just don't believe it. Like a lot of things in the ocean. When they say there's a certain fish, you don't see it anymore, it's extinct. Well, maybe it's in a deeper part of the ocean and it doesn't want to come back around because it knows you're trying to catch it or something like, I don't know, but whatever it is. The whole extinction thing to me is, I don't know, there's too much subjective in there.
So how do you feel about dinosaurs?
239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com each and every day if you want to watch. All right, a couple of things I wanted to get to. Businesses say they can't find enough workers to hire. The pace of Americans moving off the unemployment rolls is slowing, and a top Federal Reserve official is warning that job trends in May may look odd. All of that suggests that the next monthly U.S. employment report, which is going to be released tomorrow morning, may not show the robust growth that the president needs to help pass his sweeping agenda. And we know about the numbers that were supposed to be in the millions of jobs, and there was only 266,000, 8 million jobs. We are 8 million jobs filled shy of the pre-pandemic level. And I'm sorry, but if you're somebody who is trying to make the case that It's everything else except for the fact that the government is now competing with jobs for employers. The government is giving too much money to people to stay on the couch. If you think that that's a joke or you think that that's a ridiculous statement, I don't want to say it's not nice to say you're dumb. That's not really, you're not thinking. Because of course it is. You're competing with the government to sit on a couch or to be employed. How do you do that? And that's why there are many states, Florida being one of them, where, listen, the unemployment money is going away, everybody. There's too many jobs out there for you to be sitting around. And where was the story? Even the governor was talking about this, yesterday. Floridians collecting state unemployment benefits must now prove that they're actively looking for work if they want to stay on the dole. This is a story out of the Daily Wire. The policy, which began Tuesday, requires anyone receiving unemployment to submit at least 5 applications per week and register with local career centers. Now, I am sure that there are people that are going to be screaming and stomping their feet and how dare he do this, and somehow this will be some Istrophobia. It'll be bigoted, racist, homophobic, Islamophobic, I don't know, whatever phobia. They'll come up with something in some way to make this sound like it's the worst evil ever perpetrated on mankind. But as some said, look, the state's hospitality industry is facing a shortage of workers, which has led many restaurants to not only reduce hours, but I've heard stories around the state of certain hotels, certain places that can't put on events because they can't get enough people to work the events. That there is a demand out there. They want to come here. They want to come to Southwest Florida. They want to come to the state. They want to bring their business here, but they can't because we don't have enough people to work those industries. Floridians can presently rake in $275 from the state and $300 from the federal government in unemployment every week, which is more than $14 an hour in a 40-hour work week. The extra federal benefits expire in September, but states like Florida are shutting it down early. And I don't know, what do you think about that? 239-479-5592. Is this something that you look at and you think is unfair? Is this a bad idea that the governor is doing this, shutting it down early? The jobs are out there. Yeah, but you don't understand, Drew. It's not the job that I spent 4 years becoming a fill in the blank, and I'm not going to go out and take. All right, well, that's your choice. How hard have you tried? And I don't even know if we're even talking about your position specifically. Like, you have a 4-year degree and you were making six digits before the pandemic. And what's the situation now? I mean, I would like to take every situation individually and see where you are and where you stand. But this blanket statement that would be made to suggest that they might as well stay home because the government is paying them to stay home. What's wrong with that? Well, the first thing is I would agree. If you're somebody who's thinking, I'm making $14 an hour right now. I left a job that was making $10 an hour. I'm not going back. How do you fault somebody for doing that? But we also, in this marketplace and where we are right now, should not be competing with the government for jobs, and or lack of. And we also should understand that in helping people to not get off the couch, we are hurting the state, the economy. We're hurting each other by doing it. It doesn't make any sense to continue this if the jobs are still available. So the job numbers are not going to be very good tomorrow, apparently, according to some. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com is the website. Let's take a break. And when we come back, we will certainly talk to you. We'll talk more about the 6 bombshells, or these revelations from the Fauci emails. I know, you're the crazy conspiracy theory tinfoil hat. How dare you even say anything and suggest anything otherwise from Fauci? He's the preeminent, eminent. Well, what is he preeminent and eminent at? According to these emails, he's preeminent and eminent at kind of trying to avoid things that bureaucratically or politically might be inconvenient. Is that the suggestion? I don't know. Let's talk about that. By the way, tomorrow, Oaks Farm Seed the Table. We'll broadcast live from 6 to 9 a.m. I hope you will join us. They open up an hour early so you can grab coffee and breakfast, maybe on your way to work, maybe stop by, spend the whole time there with us. We would love it. We'd love to see you there. All right, let's find out what's happening right now, traffic-wise, up to the minute. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good Thursday morning. Right now we have a crash we're watching in North Fort Myers at North Cleveland Avenue and Littleton Road. No roadblock out there. Looks like it's a hit-and-run crash and off to the side right now, so not impacting traffic. Rest of the highway drive is up to speed right now, and even crossing the bridges in and out of North Fort Myers or Cape Coral should be very clear and quiet early on this morning. I-75 looking good with no major slowdowns out there just yet. Definitely starting to pick up, though, heading between Collier and Lee counties on I-75. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Watch out for some slick roadways this morning as we had rain and storms, of course, yesterday and overnight. More areas of rain expected this afternoon, mainly along and north of the Caloosahatchee River. Scattered showers and storms continue all the way through the weekend as the heat and humidity sticks around, too. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Rush Limbaugh. The New York Times was hit with a lawsuit for age and race discrimination. They're making more news, and here it is fit to print. There is widespread pay discrimination at the so-called paper of record. The Politico reports on a new study released by the News Guild of New York. That's the union that represents people who work there. And guess what? White men at the paper are paid better than women and minorities. Among the New York Times employees, minorities make an average of 10% less than white guys. Women make an average of 7% less than the white guys. And older women are hardest hit. Women who've been with the company for 20 years make an average 11% less than the guys. Women who've been at the Times less than 6 years have a mere 2 to 4% pay gap with men. Apparently, not only is beauty in the eye of the beholder at the New York Times, so are wages. Now, the Times doesn't only hammer the little women. Big wig women get the big diss. When the company fired Jill Abramson, their first and only female exec editor, she revealed that she'd been paid considerably less than the male editor she replaced. Now, since the New York Times loves big government so much, I expect they'll be calling for federal intervention, maybe an investigation, to force themselves to treat minorities and women fairly. Any day now. We will be waiting for it.
Do you want to invest in cash flowing real estate without all of the hassles? Introducing PassiveInvesting.com, a national private equity real estate firm with over $380 million under management. We have an offering available to invest right now in an institutional level, newly built apartment community in Orlando, Florida. Only available to independently verified accredited investors. Visit PassiveInvesting.com for details on how you can invest today. That's PassiveInvesting.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's really a good feeling to know that when it comes to your house and all the water that is in every faucet, every place in your home, that you don't have to worry about the water smelling like chlorine or messing up your shower glass, your faucets, right, with that hard water staining, the drying out of your skin and your hair. Just imagine what that would be like. You don't have to imagine it. You can just do it. You call the Uniform Pentair water specialist. They can find out what's going on with your water and handle your city or well water issues. Yours, right here in Southwest Florida. With their mobile showroom, you can see for yourself that Pentair has both high-performance salt systems and salt-free solutions solutions too, and salt-free means no lugging in bags of salt for you, and that they can install that Pentair water system for you as well. You're going to love the way your water tastes from every faucet and the peace of mind that only a Pentair water system can give you. So call now and get your free digital Pentair water test. Save 15% on your whole home water system by calling 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799, or book online at PelicanWestFL.com.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Let's get ready for a summer like no other. And let's get excited to head back to the bars. Let's get ready for the greatest time in history to grab a beer. When we hit the White House's goal of 70% on us. Let's grab a beer, America.
All right. So on the heels of everybody just giving, you get a car, you get a car, you get a vaccination, you get a vaccine, on the heels of just making everything all about lotteries, because, you know, it's lotteries is what keeps our education system going here in the state of Florida, right? I mean, the trillions of dollars that we've spent on lottery, that if it wasn't for the lottery, we wouldn't be able to educate our kids. Do I sound cynical with the whole lottery education thing? I'm sorry. It seems like with all the lottery money that we have that's out there and all the money that's gone towards education in the state of Florida with the lottery, you'd think that we'd have plenty of cash when it comes to to need any more. You'd think that we'd be doing pretty good at this point. I don't know. Question everything. That's the message today. Have we not learned anything from Dr. Fauci's emails that we're going to talk about in just a bit? Question everything. I'm sorry. I'm just asking the question. Anybody doing accounting yet to find out how much money we make and we've been making since the lottery started, goes towards education, and how much of that does, and how much we're spending, and why we constantly need more for, because it's tough to indoctrinate kids these days. You got to really work at it. But anyway, there's Anheuser-Busch. They're giving away free alcohol if the U.S. hits 70% vaccination rate by July 4th. Come on! We can do it. Come on. It's, do you like that whole, I asked this the other day. I don't know, Jake the Millennial, you probably love this kind of stuff. It's like all these freebies, the possibility to win millions, you win guns, you win beer, you win, just for going out and getting vaccinated. You like the whole idea of lotteries for vaccinations?
Nope, I don't
No?
pay the stupid tax.
Yeah. Somebody yesterday mentioned, why don't we do this for voting? Why don't we give people win a gun, win beer, win all this stuff. Just get out there and vote. Or show your voter ID. There you go. That's a better idea. How about that? Show your voter ID, get a beer.
92.5 Fox News.
Things seem to get more expensive as the years go by. Take groceries. Prices are up by 36%. And keeping up with your health, that's up too by 54%. But did you know at FPL what you pay for energy has gone down 10% over the last 15 years? And they're not cutting corners either. They're investing in energy that's not just the most reliable or the cleanest, but also the most affordable. See how we're keeping your bill lower than most states at fpl.com/value.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Got mold?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friends.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Reaching for compromise. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. President Biden met for an hour with the senator in charge of negotiating infrastructure spending with the White House. They'll meet again with the administration's self-imposed deadline for getting something done coming up.
A White House official says President Biden and West Virginia Senator Shelley Moore Capito agreed to reconnect tomorrow, following an Oval Office meeting that focused on a bipartisan infrastructure agreement.
His approach is to look for ways we can find common ground.
Still, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says patience is not unending and inaction is a red line. Over the weekend, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg indicated there needs to be progress in infrastructure talks by the time Congress returns next week. On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Prosecutors in Minnesota request a 30-year prison sentence for former police officer Derek Chauvin for murdering George Floyd during an arrest last year. His attorneys request just the time he's already served and then probation. Sentencing is June 25th. A Florida sheriff and members of the state legislature are criticizing the state's foster care system after a police shootout involving 2 kids.
Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood says the standoff with a 14-year-old girl and a 12-year-old boy armed with multiple weapons lasted around 90 minutes. The pair broke into a home and shot at cops from there. They were runaways from a home for troubled children, and Chitwood criticized the state's juvenile care system.
What we're doing is not working. It's not working. How is a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old so full of hate?
The 14-year-old girl threatened to shoot deputies when she emerged from the home. She was shot and is in the hospital. The 12-year-old surrendered. Chitwood credited his deputies.
They did everything humanly possible not to engage them because they were juveniles.
Rob Dawson, Fox News.
Stock in the AMC movie theater chain has doubled in value in a day, driven by so-called retail individual investors. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning, starting to get busy on your morning drive. 75, definitely seeing the volume starting to build out there right now, especially through North Naples on 75 and heading into Bonita Springs as well, close to Colonial Boulevard and Daniel, seeing some delays building right now. Heading up through Collier County, we have a crash at Golden Gate Boulevard East, just off Wilson Boulevard, seeing westbound slowdowns on Golden Gate Boulevard, right near that crash scene at 2nd Street Southeast, but there's a good mile or so of backups heading in the westbound direction. In Lee County, we have a hit-and-run crash at North Cleveland Avenue and Littleton Road. No injuries, no roadblock. Our bridge is up to speed right now at about a 2-minute drive in each direction. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. Expect another round of scattered showers and storms this afternoon. The best chance of rain will be along and north of the Caloosahatchee, but everyone has that opportunity. And based on how much rain we've seen lately, you want to watch out for some minor street flooding and ponding on the roadways, not just this morning, but into the afternoon and evening hours too. Otherwise, hot and humid once again, temps in the upper 80s, lower 90s, and we keep this above average trend going all the way toward the end of the week and heading toward the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
From the sea to the table, growing in
Introducing our King and Queen Cut prime rib specials, available Friday and Saturday nights at Seed to Table. The King Cut is over 22 ounces of tender Braveheart Angus prime rib with the bone in, served with mashed potatoes, green beans, horseradish, and au jus for $29.99. The Queen Cut is 14 ounces of boneless prime rib with the same delicious sides for $24.99. See you soon at Seed to Table.
Hey, this is Papa with our most important commercial in the past 30 years. Fox News just reported that several insurance companies are dropping their homeowners insurance in the state of Florida, and over 50,000 homeowners will lose their coverage, just as hurricane season is starting. Whether or not you will be affected immediately or down the road, you should call Papa for our free tile roof inspection so that we can put you on our proactive list. If we do find needed repairs, we'll make it affordable. If you then discover that you do need to find new insurance, at least we can make your roof look clean and in good shape. Once you get on our proactive list, we'll call you automatically if we get hit. If you do need emergency service, we can help you. License number CCC 1326213. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, they say it's not too late to call Papa for our free inspection. You know the number, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. Don't procrastinate. It's not too late. Call Papa for a date. 945-2700.
The real estate market is really hot right now, but for how long? I'm Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. You've heard Drew Steele talk about me on his show. If you're thinking about selling your home for a premium price, now is the time. You can sell over market value without doing repairs, letting strangers in your home, and you pick the closing date. Learn how for free. No pressure, no obligation. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. GomesMovesHomes.com.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Coin Tip of the Day. I see full-page ads in the newspaper every day offering thousands of dollars for your air conditioner trade-in. They're ads about giant rebates and cashback deals, and I personally believe these companies think that the average consumer is too stupid to know the truth. I have more faith in you folks. There's no such thing as a trade-in or a real cashback in this business. The fake rebates and trade-ins are just overpriced air conditioning systems with a discount. They can't resell this equipment, and there's no such thing as an AC trade-in. It's as phony as the people trying to sell them. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. Bryant, whatever it takes, license CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949, and never offering fake and phony rebates and cashback.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Good to see you. Hopefully you're watching at the website, drewsteele.com. You go to the website, Steele has 3 E's, DREWSTEELE. You can watch this program. You can also listen, of course, right here. You can watch and listen at Facebook at Drew Steele Radio. For the time being, we are there right now. So another item of censorship that has taken place, a viral TikTok video. No, the message is wrong. We can't have this on our platform, and taken down. The question is why, and we played a little bit of the audio yesterday. It's inspiring. It was fantastic. And for some reason, TikTok feels like it needs to be censored. We're going to get to that coming up in just a second. And also the 6 bombshell revelations from the Fauci emails that you may or may not have heard about. Now, there's a chance you didn't hear about it because, well, for one thing, the White House and our Circle Back girl.
I'll circle back.
That is the White House press secretary, Jen Psaki. No questions. Not one single solitary question yesterday about the Fauci emails. Amber Athey was someone who was there, who was planning on asking a question about the emails, but she never got called upon to even be able to ask the question. She is an editor there at The Spectator. And no, not going to ask that question. Thank you very much. Sorry, moving along. Also, how the media today is treating and has been treating the Fauci emails. You may be surprised at the numbers that we're going to talk about in just a second. But you probably won't be surprised because, as you can imagine, there's quite the spin that is happening, or hey, all the information's out there, these emails, but nothing to see, we got to move along. Did you hear about what's going on with Donald Trump and no longer having this blog, this sort of kind of Twitter account that he's got? It's really just a blog, but it's no longer. You're not going to get a chance to see that anymore. Isn't that the real story? No joke. Trump shuts down blog for good due to poor readership. That is MSNBC story from this morning. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about that in just a second. First, let me remind everybody that tomorrow you can not only watch at drewsteele.com, the website, or on Facebook at Drew Steele Radio, but you can watch in person live as we will do the show from 6 to 9 a.m. Our first Fridays at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. We love it. We look forward to it at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Hope you'll come down to join us and just stay the whole time. You can stop by, maybe grab a cup of coffee and breakfast. They open an hour earlier. They're usually open at 7 a.m. They open at 6 a.m. specifically for us, so you can stop by just before you get to work and grab yourself something, or just maybe grab something and take it home. Maybe do some shopping. If you've been to Oaks Farm Seed to Table, you know how amazing, incredible it is. And if you have not, that's all I have to say about that. It's pretty simple. So we'll see you tomorrow at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee in Naples. I was hoping that this was going to be the week, Jake, that you, the millennial, would be there with us. This is not going to be the week. You don't think so?
I mean, I'd literally train somebody to
just for this event, just to be able to be here so that Jake could be with us personally. Well, have you even checked it out yet? Have you even tried to find out whether or not there's a possibility?
I'm not confident that anyone's able to handle it.
And not with that attitude. You can't do that. You gotta be.
Well, I mean, I was training him. So.
Yeah, well, all right. So you need to start talking. You need to start being
Ian.
You need to start being the wheel that squeaks. That's all I'm saying. Because people are demanding that you show just the way you are. You don't even have to dress up. All right. Yes, you do. 239-479-5592. All right. What did we find out about the 6 bombshell revelations from Fauci's emails, in case you didn't know? BuzzFeed and Washington Post obtained via the Freedom of Information Act. And boy, there's some interesting things in there that we come to find out. And here, I guess, is the lead and the takeaway from all of this is you got to question everything. You have to question everything. And all of you who, as individuals, do question everything, are a little concerned about where we're going in this country, have been concerned about the vid since the beginning, and did have some, some things that people said that you were a conspiracy theorist or tinfoil hat or all this kind of things, maybe related to where the origins of the virus started there in a lab in Wuhan there in China. Trump was right. You're all crazy and nutty until you come to find out that even the Fauci had some questions and some thoughts about that maybe he ignored the science. Ignored the science. How could you possibly ignore the science if you're Dr. Fauci? That's impossible. No, it's not. All right, so we're going to get to that specifically. But some interesting little tidbits here from Tom Elliott, the great Tom Elliott at Grabian, in his Twitter account today, made mention of a couple of different things. First of all, it seems that when the media gets obsessed with something and the coverage has to be to protect a Democrat or the left, to push a narrative, the Democrats or the left, that they will stop at nothing to make sure that happens. Remember when we were told that masks work, mask mandates work, and of course that's not the case, but we were told time and time again that was the case. And in case you've been wondering, we've been maskless around the country to some degree, in some way, shape, or form, for a few weeks now. And the numbers are in, and as you can imagine, it's been something to behold, that it's almost like breaking news.
Breaking news. A bombshell.
There's no surge in cases nationally, despite the decline of mask mandates over the past few weeks. That's my sound effect that is me questioning everything. All right. So there's that. Do we get to talk about that, or is that something that you all summarily have to be dismissed for even suggesting it? How dare you do that? Yeah, okay. As my mom would say, shush it. Listen, hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. Oh, can we talk about those things right now? Are we allowed to mention that it seems as if they were effective? They've been effective, but yet the media told us that no, we're not even allowed to talk about it. And if you do, this program would be taken down off of YouTube. By the way, wasn't it, Jake? Wasn't I taken down off of off of YouTube because of that very thing? Didn't we have that one show that was like, can't do this, standards,
2 or 3.
Yeah, a couple of different times. Yeah, the standards, We're not allowed to talk about the fact that maybe a lab in China was the location to which all of this started. Even the mention of it had you taken down off social media or criticized. Well, it seems that... And that Dr. Fauci cannot be criticized. Now, if you're wondering how much coverage has been out there since this all has been discovered, Tom Elliott did a great job of breaking down the numbers of the coverage. Fox News, 116 mentions, 3 hours and 48 minutes of coverage, okay? CNN, 1 mention, 28 seconds worth of coverage. And MSNBC had 1 mention with 5 seconds of coverage. Oh, by the way, in case you want to know how the coverage went on CNN, their 1 mention, 28 seconds. Here you go.
Thousands of emails to and from Dr. Anthony Fauci have been obtained by news outlets, including CNN. They offer a glimpse into Fauci's frantic schedule and the weight that came with his role of being a bearer of honest news, frank and honest news, on the Trump administration's coronavirus task force. In one email from February of last year, Fauci wrote it was reminiscent of post-anthrax days. Days later, he told a reporter, quote, I am really tired, not much sleep these days.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you get. Oh, okay. There's a whole lot that's missing. Yeah, I know. I have it. You kind of skipped over a lot there, the 28 seconds worth of coverage. We're moving on. By the way, it was CBS Morning News just a little while ago that opened up their A block, if you will, their big, most important segment of the day with the announcement of the president yesterday and talking about getting up to 70% and the vaccination rate and everything that's happening with vaccines. That was their A block, their big story. This isn't. All right, so let's go through some of the 6 bombshell revelations from Fauci's emails. We need do you have a bombshell? Oh, I have a bombshell sound effect, don't I? Yeah. You wanted to do like an explosion? No. All right, so let's make our own bombshells. Here you go. You ready? We'll start with this one.
Breaking news. A bombshell.
Scientists told Dr. Fauci that COVID-19 might be engineered, but he ignored them. It was Katie Pavlich at Town Hall who mentioned this, was told by the NIH scientist Christian Anderson on January 31st that Wuhan coronavirus looked potentially engineered. In other words, it was manipulated in a lab through gain-of-function research, and yet that's not what he said publicly, as he rejected the possibility of a lab leak in interviews during testimonies to Congress and during official White House task force briefings. On April 18th, 2020, 3 months after being told the virus looked engineered, the Fauci told reporters at the White House unequivocally it didn't come from a lab. Most of the media then reported his remarks as debunking the conspiracy theory because, that's what the media does. They go and dig and get to the truth. I can't even say it with a straight face. They just go along with whatever the talking point is, and that's what they did. All right.
Breaking news. A bombshell.
Here's the second one from the Fauci emails. Fauci was circulating articles on gain-of-function research on February 1st, 2020. Really? At the time, talking about the possibility that the Wuhan coronavirus came from a lab-engineered concoction could get you banned from social media, Dr. Fauci was sending attachments titled SARS gain-of-function.pdf to colleagues. One recipient would email back saying, quote, the paper you sent me says the experiments were performed before the gain-of-function pause, but have since been reviewed and approved by NIH. Adding another colleague, quote, we'll try to determine if we have any distant ties to this work abroad. Fauci replied, okay, stay tuned. Well, that's kind of a big deal, right?
Breaking news. A bombshell.
All right, this is the third. I'm sorry, the breaking news bombshell thing is funny to me. All right, so here's one, and here's one that pertains to the state of Florida. Fauci tattled on Ron DeSantis, but stayed silent on Cuomo. Really? An email dated March 19th, 2020 revealed more about how the media darling viewed his commentator duties, as well as his tattletale style of dealing with state leaders who didn't go along with his quote-unquote scientific guidance, providing fodder for Democrats and their media allies to drag Ron DeSantis while turning a blind eye to New York. It's worth noting that Fauci's emails do not contain similar disdain for New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, whose mishandling of COVID led to the deaths of nursing home residents. But we put those aside because, it's a Democrat. It's New York. It's, you don't want to offend anybody, right?
I'm really offended personally.
We weren't even talking about Hillary Clinton. Okay, anyway. Quote, regarding the bars and beaches, I have been screaming on TV 2 to 5 times per night to tell the younger generation to start taking this seriously. I am very surprised that Governor DeSantis has not completely closed the bars, even if they serve food. I will bring this up at the task force meeting tomorrow. So the Fauci was going after DeSantis, but not saying a word about anything that had to do with the governor in New York because he's a Democrat. It's fine. There's nothing to see here. But Ron DeSantis could possibly be the next president of the United States and certainly has a very, very important governor's race to win in 22. So any damage that we can do to him or say anything bad, that certainly seems like something that a scientist should be doing, picking political favorites. That's never something that should be done. But that's just 3 of the 6 bombshell revelations from Fauci's emails. Town Hall has the story. And again, what do we learn here? Well, there's a lot to take away. Number one, that you question everything. That when somebody tells you or a tinfoil hat conspiracy theory, consider the source and who it's coming from. Number one. Number two, how many people in Southwest Florida have decided that they too were going to go along with anything that the Democrat narrative was going to be, whether it was kids in schools and masking up or what's being taught or Equality Florida or diversity or anything that's going along with that side of the ledger. And then for you to say or question what they're doing and have a question about it, they were going to dismiss you and make you feel bad or dumb for even suggesting it. And oh, by the way, we know better than you. And as long as you don't show up and have anything to say, yeah, we're going to just make all of these things happen with or without you because we're right and you're wrong. And the fact that if you are a Trump supporter, yes, I bring Donald Trump into the equation because everybody does. That if you were, or if you're just somebody who cares about the country or cares about the truth, maybe cares about common sense, that if somebody like a former president of the United States suggested that something like, hydroxychloroquine or ivermectin would be effective in the stopping of or the severity of a virus, that because he said it, automatically we have to dismiss it because politics. That if you would do that, then how do we trust you as an elected official, whether it's locally or state or nationally, to do the right thing, period? Because you do play politics. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. Yeah, I think that we're done with that. So a lot to soak in, to take in. Oh, and by the way, the media stinks. Yeah, there's nothing like one mention from CNN. It's 28 seconds worth of coverage because it's a
breaking news, a bombshell.
Okay. Yeah, why not? All right. All right, coming up, we'll play some of Tucker Carlson from last night, who was breaking down one specific email that's critical that you hear. We'll have that coming up. Also, this TikTok, a viral TikTok video. Why would something that was so inspirational to many that when they heard it, they just felt like inspired, like it was fantastic to hear, like it was something that they couldn't express, but in less than a minute was able to be expressed, their feelings, and somehow TikTok said, no, we can't have that. We got to take it down. Well, why would they censor something like that was so inspiring? We'll ask the question. We'll play that audio and see for yourself. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
If you've been considering getting a new car, there's never been a better time. Hey, Aaron Walker here from Naples Nissan. Used car values are at an all-time high, up $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 more than ever before. And while used car prices may be going up, my new car prices certainly are not. In fact, with current manufacturer rebates and incentives like 0% financing for up to 5 years, I'd say they're close to being at an all-time low. If you could get $6,000 more for your car today than you could a year ago, why wouldn't you? If you could trade up to a brand new Nissan with a lifetime unlimited mile warranty, why wouldn't you? And oh, by the way, we have over 400 new Nissan models to choose from. I'm telling you, it's a buyer's market, folks. There's never been a better time to buy. Only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road or naplesnissan.com. All offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
You've worked hard in life and created substantial wealth, but isn't your legacy about more than money? At FindMark, we ask our clients, how will you prepare the next generation? Will they inherit your values along with your wealth? Having a plan is essential. FindMark can help. Visit us at our locations in Fort Myers, Naples, Bonita Springs, and Estero, or online at findmarkbank.com.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to stay comfortable. Today is a good day to have your AC worries taken away. Whew. And it's a good day to get service backed by over 50 years of AC excellence. Oh, yes! So if you're having AC problems, get our $49 tune-up, including no breakdown guarantee, and Florida Cool Today will help you get the best from today. Click the banner to schedule an appointment.
Call today, cool today, FloridaCoolToday.com.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
Termites are silent destroyers. They can tunnel through homes for years without a peep. Unless you've invited Truly Nolan to chase down and eliminate the problem. Truly Nolan's above and below ground treatments have been keeping homes termite-free for more than 80 years. Matter of fact, we believe our total termite protection plan is the most effective plan of its kind in the country. When Truly Nolan has termites in their sights, there's no escape. Schedule your free inspection and get $100 off termite control by going to trulynolan.com or call 800-GO-TRULY.
You find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company?
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning.
For over 45 years, our motto has been, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call Brett Air right now. Find them online at brettairconditioning.com or like them on Facebook.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myShowerDoor.com.
When you need a new roof, it pays to deal with the best. King Roofing has built their business on a solid foundation of honest appraisals, fair pricing, and the finest workmanship. Your insurance may be paying the bills, but you'll live with your choice of roofer for years, even decades to come. Choose Roofing Royalty, and you'll never regret it. In Southwest Florida, there's only one King. Call King Roofing today.
Every castle deserves a king.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. A Florida man becomes the second to plead guilty in the Capitol insurrection.
Paul Hodgkins of Tampa, Florida, has pleaded guilty to obstructing Congress as prosecutors drop misdemeanor charges against him. The 38-year-old faces 20 years in prison, but the agreement could mean he gets a much lighter sentence, around 15 to 21 months. Hodgkins, who has no previous criminal record, will learn his fate in July.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. The first plea came last month.
52-year-old John Schaefer of Indiana pleaded guilty to 2 felony counts. More than 450 people have been charged in the January 6th siege on the U.S. Capitol.
And jobless numbers come out this morning. They could show that first-time claims last week hit another pandemic low. Analysts expect initial claims to fall below 400,000 from 406,000 the prior week. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning. Right now, we're keeping an eye on a crash heading out through Golden Gate Estates on Golden Gate Boulevard, right near Wilson Boulevard. It's right by the Collier County Tax Collector's Office at the Wilson location. And that backup is because of a crash at 2nd Street Southeast. You got a couple of miles of slowdowns out there. North Fort Myers, we've got a minor hit-and-run crash off to the side. No roadblock, no delays on 41 at Littleton Road. Crossing the Midpoint Bridge, very slow-moving eastbound out of the Cape into Fort Myers. You may want to reroute to the Cape Coral Bridge to get into Fort Myers faster. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. Expect another round of scattered showers and storms this afternoon. The best chance of rain will be along and north of the Caloosahatchee, but everyone has that opportunity. And based on how much rain we've seen lately, you want to watch out for some minor street flooding and ponding on the roadways, not just this morning, but into the afternoon and evening hours too. Otherwise, hot and humid once again, temps in the upper 80s, lower 90s, and we keep this above average trend going all the way toward the end of the week and heading toward the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
Nothing runs like a... I need something I can depend on.
I need a Kubota.
At Florida Coast Equipment, we have equipment you can depend on. We have the best deals in town for Kubota tractors, mowers, utility vehicles, and Kubota construction equipment. Our family has been Florida's premier Kubota dealership for over 30 years. Whether you're buying, renting, or simply need your Kubota service, come on over to Florida Coast Equipment in Naples. Equipment you can depend on at a price you'll love. Florida Coast Equipment. We've got you covered.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table. We do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
If you're currently driving a vehicle that is leased, pay close attention. The loaner lease release payout is at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Thursday through Sunday only, Sutherland is buying all lease vehicles and paying out the original full retail value, plus an additional $500 Nissan bonus cash for your time. Even if your term is not over, even if you didn't lease from Sutherland, you still get paid. Own your car outright or making loan payments? Bring your car to Sutherland for up to $8,000 over book value. And with our huge inventory to shop from, now is the best time to get out of your current loan or lease. Get the full retail value and $500 bonus cash or up to $8,000 over book value. Then rush to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral by Sunday. Your used car megastore online at flnissan.com. And remember, if you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Got mold?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friends.
It's a hot afternoon, and you're listening to the news. And now, you're hot under the collar, too. I'm Matt from Island Air. When you choose an AC contractor, you're entrusting that company with the air that you and your family breathe. A healthy unit means a healthier household. Island Air has a long history in Southwest Florida and hundreds of customer reviews that you can see on our website at islandairfl.com, where you will see the Island Air difference. Want to try us out? Our $99 System Saver one-time maintenance is guaranteed. If your AC breaks within 6 months of the maintenance, we will credit the payment towards any repair. Island Air also offers free second opinions. Let us review your quote for any service, replacement, or repair for your peace of mind.
IslandAirFL.com. That's IslandAirefL.com. IslandAirefL.com or call 239-645-4668. That's 239-645-4668. License number CAC 057544.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
Doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, yellow. Right?
Black.
And how we treat people is based on who they are and not what color they are.
And if they're nice and smart.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that. Not with my children. It's not gonna happen. My baby's gonna know that no matter what she wants to be in life, all she has to do is work hard, and she can become that.
Work hard, even though you don't know anyone. You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT. Period. Point blank. Children do not see skin color, man. They love everybody. If they're good people, they love them.
We pray for people that are hurt.
That was a viral video that you may have heard yesterday or the day before. It was on TikTok, and it was viral across social media. Several videos have been put out in different places of this father and daughter explaining critical race theory and the problem with it, and in less than a minute explaining why we have to make sure that it is not part of anything that's being taught in schools, or quite frankly, that there would be teachers who wouldn't have, or districts that would not be creating anything that it would, forget about the idea that there would be curriculum based on it, but that this idea would even be thought of as something that should be told to people as truth, as reality. And that is now no longer apparently allowed on TikTok. There it is. So the video gets a lot of traction, lots of views, and then all of a sudden TikTok has decided that they were going to pull it off the platform. Now, why would they do that, Jake the Millennial? I mean, there's a lot of interesting things on TikTok. I would venture to guess that there were probably some questionable things on TikTok that you might see that you don't want really. They'll put up some of the most ridiculous 1-minute TikTok videos of people starting a trend that could be dangerous to the point where somebody gets sick and goes to a hospital and things like that. They could put up different things on TikTok that, I don't know, maybe people shaking their booty. Is that? I mean, people like to shake their booty. Am I being kind when it comes to the booty shaking that happens on TikTok? Yeah. But that has to be taken down. So apparently that gets censored. Why would you do that? Why? What are you afraid of? Why would people be afraid of the discussion about anything that would have to do with problems that we might have in our education system, problems that we might have with, I don't know how things are being told to us with regard to the vid and the origin of the vid, things like that. Why is that a problem? There's another part to this as well, that there are people that would like for viral videos like that to go away because it goes against apparently what they believe. This idea that we have to look at everything critically through the lens of race and then say that the one race is bad and the ills of the world are because of this race, and you'll never be able to be who you want to be because of your skin color, which is not true. But there are those that want to keep perpetuating this idea, and anything that would be common sense or would dictate that that's not who you are and that's not who we are as a nation, and that somehow that has to be squashed, taken down, censored. Also asks the question of how many other things are we told, maybe even locally, that we're told are good things that are a net positive, that we should be like thumbs up with this, that when you come to find out the actual word, the language, that maybe what they're describing, I don't know, for example, diversity, and when they talk about diversity, it's not diversity the word, it's the diversity that they believe should be present, and it's their version of diversity, which may not be yours. What am I talking about? All right, well, here's an interesting story that we'll go into right now quickly. Google's head of diversity strategy, his name is Kamal Bob. He's the head of diversity strategy there at Google. Well, it's interesting. If you go back in time, he has an interesting position on diversity. When you think of diversity, what do you think? Well, the Washington Free Beacon and Elena Goodman has uncovered a revealing blog entry dated back from 2007 that has to do with this individual. This is the head of diversity strategy at Google. Is it safe to say that Google has got a little bit of juice? The Post feigns sympathy for Jews as historic victims of oppression, but castigates Israel's self-defense against attacks. As he puts in his concluding paragraph on Jews, he says, if I were a Jew, I would be concerned about my insatiable appetite for war and killing in defense of myself. I could go on. It goes on for another couple of sentences, but I'd really like to just stop right there. That's the head of diversity there at Google. Many people are asking questions like, this is your commitment to diversity, is talking this way about Jews. Interesting. And I bring that up because the Pentagon on Tuesday was defending the department's diversity and inclusion efforts that they rolled out during the Biden administration, characterizing it as a matter of defending the nation. John Kirby is the Pentagon press secretary, said during a press briefing on Tuesday that they're really focused on this. Right resources, right strategies, right operational concepts. Diversity being so important. And we've seen the way that diversity is described in our military and how, if you remember, Russia had that video not too long ago and showed a video quite different than the one that we decided to show as the U.S. Army and recruitment video and two moms and yeah, the marriage. And you probably saw the very weird cartoonish video, the Disney-like video of the woke culture that certainly is there. It was even, who was it, Ted Cruz? Wasn't Ted Cruz talking about this just the other day when we were bringing up the woke lefty bureaucrats that are out there? And
look, it's ridiculous. And the men and women of our military, our soldiers and sailors and airmen and Marines, are the toughest, most ferocious and effective fighting force on the face of the planet. They are the reason we are free. They are the reason we have our rights. And what we're saying is we're seeing Democratic politicians and these woke lefty bureaucrats and lefty media reporters trying to destroy the American military, trying to turn it into, frankly, a bunch of pansies. The job of the military is to kill the bad guys, and it is to strike fear in the enemies of America.
There's Ted Cruz talking about that. But again, what does diversity mean? It seems like such a nice word. And so diversity there at Google, that we're hearing about the head of diversity who has quite the interesting view of certain individuals. And then you have the Pentagon who's saying, listen, diversity, it's the most important thing. We got to start talking about this. But what does that mean specifically? And then on the heels of what many have talked about to me in emails in the past couple of weeks about the fact that even in Collier County at the school district, they were looking for a director of diversity and equity, and how there's a director of diversity and equity in school districts. And what does that mean? Diversity, it's an interesting word, isn't it? But what does it mean to direct that? To what direction? In other words, what's your viewpoint of how diversity should be looked at and viewed and taught? And the structure and the bureaucracy in our districts. Like, how does that work? Anybody asking these questions? Because you're starting to find out more and more that when you learn more and more about what people think is diverse and diversity, it really seems to be like their thoughts and opinions personally. And sometimes they skew a little further away from yours. And not in a good way. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That is the website, Steele has 3 E's. We do appreciate you listening and watching. You know, one of the other stories I was hoping to bring up this morning, and I'll get to it, is when it comes to the Fauci emails, one thing that we're learning quickly is about question everything. I don't care what somebody says that you're a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist. How dare you say all these things because the media and lefty politicians tell us differently and you're the kook. Until we come to find out that when you actually dig in and you find out a little bit more about what's going on, you come to find out that maybe your tinfoil hat conspiracy theory happened to be actually true. It wasn't a conspiracy at all. And that it's okay to question everything. It's okay to say, you know what, there's 15 scientists that are telling us right now that there's an issue when it comes to climate change and man-made and what we can do to change even the flow of water here and blue-green algae and what we can do in the state and how much more money we can get and what has to happen. And I would also like to know about the other scientists who maybe have the other side of the argument. And let's kind of get together and see who's right and which one is politically motivated and which one isn't. Because it happens all the time. And we find out that with Fauci, it's happened with these emails. So when somebody says to you, put to rest anything that you have to say with regard to election integrity, that anything that you would do to ensure election integrity in your state means you are an ist or an obia, you're racist, bigoted, homophobic, whatever the case may be, because how dare you do this, because there are people that are not going to be able to vote because of the changes or the things that you're trying to do to strengthen election integrity. This lie that strengthening election integrity means that somebody else is not going to be able to vote. Really? How? Please explain that specifically. Show me the person that was turned away because of decisions like that had to do with bigotry or racism or homophobia. Show me how that works. You can't, because it doesn't happen. Because this is the left and the media doing what they do best and trying to scare you and gaslighting and the like. And then when you come to find out that last week, Shipwreck Crew, who writes for RedState.com, was reporting on developments in the post-election litigation underway in Fulton County, Georgia. Did you know that there was 145,000 mailed-in absentee ballots from the November 2020 election that people want to look at? Can we take a look at this and see the origin, who they're, just double-checking. We want to find out. And as a matter of fact, a judge ordered that high-resolution copies be made of them so that they can be seen, so that we can find out and make sure that these people are who they say they are, and it's legitimate and the like. And plaintiffs against Fulton County said, listen, they got an order from a Georgia state court judge saying, yeah, you've got authorization. Go ahead and inspect them. Mailed-in absentee ballots should be all hand-marked by the voter. We want to find out if there's irregularities. They're claiming that there are. Okay, good. So the judge says, go ahead. Oh, well, a little more than a week ago, a week has passed now since the judge's order, and some disconcerting events have transpired during that time. As a matter of fact, the Georgia Secretary of State Raffensperger, remember, who professed over and over again that the outcome of the Georgia presidential election was free of fraud, nothing to see here, everything is great, move along. He said, hey, listen, I like the judge's decision. I think we need to check out what's going on here because Fulton County has a long-standing history of election mismanagement that has understandably weakened voters' faith in the system. Really, you're saying that now. Why weren't you talking about it then? Now we come to find out a week and some time has passed and nobody's doing anything. Nothing's transpired. He ordered that the plaintiffs would be allowed to inspect these high-resolution copies and that the original ballots would remain in a secret secured county facility, only to find out that they haven't been looked at. And somehow an alarm went off just the other day at the warehouse facility where the original ballots were stored in a locked room, and then security responded and found the warehouse door was unlocked and open, and the storage location just happened to be the address for the Fulton County election preparations. There's a lot of shady stuff going on. Like, what are you worried about? Why is someone going out of their way to try to make sure that we don't find out more about these ballots? Can we ask those questions? And the answer is, you're darn tootin'. I said, that's about as harsh. I know I said darn, and that Jake perked up right there because that's about as harsh as I get. You're darn tootin'. Look, don't let people continue to tell you that you're some kind of QAnon conspiracy theory, tinfoil. You knock yourself out. You can, as my mother would say, shush it. Yep, keep talking. We'll keep looking. We'll keep asking, and we'll keep doing. All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Let's do Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. Right now, I need you. Caller number 9 at 239-479-5592. I need you to play Drew's College up next, and you'll win. You'll get to play, and we appreciate you calling. It's up next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along. Here is traffic. It's Therese O'Shea.
Good Thursday morning, tracking major backups along 75 southbound from about Alico Road down through Corkscrew Road. To avoid that delay, you could just take Three Oaks Parkway or Ben Hill Griffin Parkway. Three Oaks looks like the best route right now to get you around some of those slowdowns. Looking good if you're heading out on 41. Not seeing any stop-and-go traffic out there just yet this morning. Also watching a crash in Golden Gate Estates on Golden Gate Boulevard right near 2nd Street Southeast. And on US 17 heading between Arcadia and Punta Gorda, we have a crash on 17 at County Route 760. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Watch out for some slick roadways this morning as we had rain and storms, of course, yesterday and overnight. More areas of rain expected this afternoon, mainly along and north of the Caloosahatchee River. Scattered showers and storms continue all the way through the weekend as the heat and humidity sticks around too. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach, and today I want to share my thoughts on what it means to be a Republican. Republicans believe in limiting the power of government and expanding individual freedom. Democrats want to expand government because they believe that government bureaucrats know what's best for you and your family. The expansion of government into every sphere of our personal lives would disgust our founding fathers. From crushing taxes and gun control at the federal level to the tyranny of local governments with their mask mandates, revisionist history, and sexual indoctrination of our school children, government has truly gone wild. And I'm not going to sit back and take it. I'm going to fight back, and I hope you'll join me. This is Spencer Roach, and I'm proud to be a Republican because I believe that faith and family are the center of American life, not government. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and never forget that this is your government and we work for you. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army, almost 800 lawyers alone. Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You've worked hard in life and created substantial wealth, but isn't your legacy about more than money? At FindMark, we ask our clients, how will you prepare the next generation? Will they inherit your values along with your wealth? Having a plan is essential. FindMark can help. Visit us at our locations in Fort Myers, Naples, Bonita Springs, and Estero, or online at findmarkbank.com.
You probably know Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
Goodbye, Beth. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug. Ow!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 23946, no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Goodbye, Beth. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug.
Ow! Call the boys at National Exterminators at 23946, no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to stay comfortable. Today is a good day to have your AC worries taken away. And it's a good day to get service backed by over 50 years of AC excellence. Oh, yes! So if you're having AC problems, get our $49 tune-up, including no breakdown guarantee, and Florida Cool Today will help you get the best from today. Click the banner to schedule an appointment.
Call today, cool today, FloridaCoolToday.com.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is the Florida window factory. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we understand Florida weather. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency for storm protection. Our Energy Star rated windows and doors are made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts up to 30%. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune into WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney, Saturdays at 6 a.m., Sundays at 9 a.m., right here on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
16 million to go. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. President Biden's pushing to have more Americans vaccinated for coronavirus to hit his Independence Day goal of 70% of adults getting shots.
President Biden announced June as a national month of action to get that done.
Nationally, we're at 63% of adults with one shot. And we're getting closer.
The administration will hit the road to areas where shot rates are lower. The president will even spur a spirit of competition among colleges and among city mayors. Then there are the incentives: free groceries, free ball game tickets. A beer maker will offer a free brew on the 4th.
That's right. Get a shot and have a beer.
The president says it will put us closer to a sense of normal if we mobilize in the next month. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is asking allies in parliament to oppose a coalition that's close to pushing him out of office.
The forces that joined together to potentially push Netanyahu out are not political allies. Yair Lapid's party is popular with Israel's more secular voters, and Naftali Bennett, who used to work under Netanyahu, his party's more right-wing. But they announced a deal just before the midnight deadline to avoid yet another election, which would have been the country's 5th in just over 2 years. This coalition also includes the United Arab List. The leader of that party told reporters it's the first time an Arab party is a partner in the formation of an Israeli government. Netanyahu, who has served as PM since 2009, is facing bribery and fraud charges. The Israeli Knesset, parliament, still has to approve this governing coalition, and that's likely to happen next week.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Israeli Defense Forces say they've rearrested a top Hamas militant leader in a pre-dawn raid. 15 men who belong to a Washington State University fraternity are charged in connection with the alcohol poisoning death of a 19-year-old pledged 2 years ago. Furnishing liquor to a minor is a misdemeanor with up to a year jail sentence. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning, tracking major backups along 75 southbound from about Alico Road down through Corkscrew Road. To avoid that delay, you could just take Three Oaks Parkway or Ben Hill Griffin Parkway. Three Oaks looks like the best route right now to get you around some of those slowdowns. Looking good if you're heading out on 41. Not seeing any stop-and-go traffic out there just yet this morning. Also watching a crash in Golden Gate Estates on Golden Gate Boulevard right near 2nd Street Southeast. And on US 17 heading between Arcadia and Punta Gorda, we have a crash on 17 at County Route 760. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. Expect another round of scattered showers and storms this afternoon. The best chance of rain will be along and north of the Caloosahatchee, but everyone has that opportunity. And based on how much rain we've seen lately, you want to watch out for some minor street flooding and ponding on the roadways, not just this morning, but into the afternoon and evening hours too. Otherwise, hot and humid once again, temps in the upper 80s, lower 90s, and we keep this above average trend going all the way toward the end of the week and heading toward the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News. From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We're streaming live. DrewSteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's, so you can watch any Steele radio if you would like to watch there as well. All right, coming up. A lot to talk about. We've got the Fauci emails. Man, we learned a lot, didn't we? Number one, we learned that all of you out there that all thought, everybody said, oh, you're paranoid, talking about Fauci. Hey, you were right all along about Fauci, as put it. The paranoid were right all along about Fauci. Well, what about it? And some of the big takeaways from these Fauci emails that, thanks to the Freedom of Information Act, able to be obtained, and we learned a whole lot. And what's the spin out there right now with regard to that? So we'll get to it. Also, some of the other things that we're looking at in the state of Florida, and how about here, unemployment? You're collecting unemployment. Well, you're going to have to prove that you've been trying. How about 5 times a week? Oh, that's an outrage. You can't do. Well, why not? What are you smiling at? Jake's smiling because he's like, no, nobody is just going to go get a job. Is that what you're thinking? I mean, that's the competition to compete against the government for an hourly wage should outrage everybody. It's crazy. All right, so we can talk about that as well. This is an interesting story. I noticed this popped up on my feed. So Russia and Saudi Arabia, they are cheering all you climate activists out there. You're the ones that go after all the big oil, big sugar, big oil, big, all the bad guys that you go after. Yeah, Shell and Chevron and Exxon. Every time you go to a courtroom and every time that they are being sued, that there's something that's happening against these companies, you've got Saudi Arabia, you got Gazprom, which is, Russia. They are loving it. They are clapping their hands and saying thank you. And according to Reuters, it is helping them to do business. Every time all you climate activists are trying to shut down all of these oil companies and, the stopping drilling in the Arctic and all of these different things that you're trying to do, that you are helping Russia and Saudi Arabia. Russia's loving every minute of it. I just wonder if they care. That they, I don't think for 1 minute they care about that, because the goal is the ultimate. It doesn't, what's the word I'm looking for? The way you go about it, the means to which you get to your destination doesn't make any difference. It doesn't matter. It's almost like when we just talked about the story that Jake was reading about as he went to the big Google machine to find out about Colorado and the children's hospital there, and how there is a crisis going on in the hospital of young people going to the hospital trying to commit suicide because they feel hopelessness because of what has happened with the vid, what has happened with the shutting down of schools specifically. They mentioned that in the article, the shutting down of school, right? Didn't they? The shutting down of schools, the hopelessness that they feel. Why are we not talking about this? This is an important aspect to the story, is it not? The fact that a teachers union who we are told is in it for the kids, cares more about the money than they care about the kids, to the point where these kids feel so hopeless that they are contemplating suicide. You should be outraged about that, and I know you are. But of course, you're the Trump-loving tinfoil hat conspiracy theory people. So let's stop with you because you're a whole load of nonsense anyway. You know, speaking of nonsense, I'm not sure whether or not this is or is not nonsense. The president yesterday was talking about, listen, we got to get to 70%. You just heard it on Fox News National, right? We got to get to 70%. We need to get there. We need to figure out how we're going to make it to that point. And it was interesting because the CDC director, Walensky, was on just this morning, on CBS this morning, and we got to get to 70%. Now, there is indication and people that have been talking about it, scientists, I'm not sure if they're the good or bad scientists, it depends on your political point of view, that have been saying through the combination of T-cell immunity, through the combination of the vaccinations, through the combination of people who have had it in the past infections, that basically we're already at herd immunity. Things are slowing down now because of the fact that all of these things have come together. And when asked, why a 70% goal? Like this is what the left does so well. When asked in question, this arbitrary, $15 an hour. Why this arbitrary number, this 70%? Why 70%? Can you give us the scientific basis and explanation as to why 70% vaccination is the number we've got to hit? Listen to this.
They're certainly they're making it easy and certainly giving access. We keep hearing that we need to reach 70%. Why is the 70% number so effective, so important, rather important?
We want to get the majority of America vaccinated. And after we get to 70%, my goal is going to be to get to 80%. I think what we really understand is that this virus is an opportunist and it will go to places where people are not vaccinated. And so you are safe if you are vaccinated. You are not safe if you are not vaccinated. And my job is to keep America safe. So we will work to get to 70% on June 4th, and then we will continue to work to get beyond that.
Yeah, no. We asked, what's the scientific basis for 70%? Like, why 70? And she doesn't answer it. I mean, in 30 seconds or less, she probably could answer it, right? Look, the whole thing now becomes the CDC and Fauci and the questions about these emails and the trust that you have or do not have any longer, and some other things that are going on. Congressman Byron Donalds joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. It's Thursday, and that means he stops by, and we do appreciate him doing that, especially through a very busy schedule. One of the things I do want to talk about is what's going on along the border and another visit that he made and some of the things that have happened with the Biden administration taking away some of the good things that the Trump administration was trying to do. We'll get to that in just a second, but I did want to ask him about his thoughts maybe on the Fauci emails. First of all, good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Not happy, but I'm doing good.
Yeah. Boy, the Fauci emails have been something. A lot of something. And again, why we have a bureaucrat who now we have to question, who should have been on our side since the beginning when it comes to the facts and the data and the science and the truth behind the vid. And now these emails come out. I'd like to get your thoughts on all of this.
Well, look, he was hiding the ball for a year. It's clear now. He knew about the gain research that was going on in China in the Wuhan lab. He did not back up the president on purpose because it would have exposed him. It would expose his department about what they were doing and what they were funding and the data they were looking at. And also, listen, let's be very clear. Fauci's been on every TV station in the country every day for a year. So now he got the book coming, which I'm actually happy that Amazon is not letting get put out there because it just looks so bad with what he's did. I mean, his entire, his stardom, if you will, is based upon the fact that he held information from the American people and had played politics for a year. And unfortunately, too many Americans have trusted the old medical doctor, who's never been a medical doctor, but the old virologist that was tossed out there in front by CNN and MSNBC as the person and the arbiter of truth. Yeah. And it's just been a lie. And it's terrible, but you could kind of knew this was coming We've been talking about this for months, that Fauci's not being honest with us, and now the emails prove it.
Yeah. And, and I guess this is something that I would just bring up. It strikes to the heart of something that I think is important, which is, we have to question everything. And it's okay to question everything. And if a couple of scientists say one thing, they're not the only ones. They're not the only people. There's been plenty of data and science. And even when it comes to the politics that we have going on for the past 6 months plus, that we should be questioning everything and be able to do that confidently.
You should be allowed to question anything that comes across. There's nothing wrong with questioning stuff, but the left doesn't want questions. The left wants submission. They want you to just submit to whatever they say are the facts. And the problem is that what time always proves them wrong. And this is the problem. Look, with this whole mask thing that's been going on the last year, let me tell you what happened when you go into a Border Patrol facility.
Yeah.
We had masks. Like I had it because I had it in my pocket from the plane. Right. And so basically I had my Space Force mask and I'm pulling it out, and Border Patrol is saying, oh, no, you can't use those masks. Those don't work. You need to use these N95s. And I was like, well, yeah, everybody knows this. And so for the last year, you've had people wearing these surgical masks, wearing the buffs, getting their Louis Vuitton mask, getting some, camouflage mask. None of that stuff works, folks. The only ones that ever truly worked are the N95 masks. Those are the only ones. But it wasn't about what works. It was about politics. It was about genuflecting. It was about showing that you're a quote-unquote good person, not actually being scientifically accurate and effective.
Yeah.
It's never that way with the left. They just want you to kowtow and bow to their altar, whatever that altar might be. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen now. The altar of Fauci is going to be burned, and it's not going to be by Republicans. It's going to be burned by the left, because now he's not useful anymore. And he's going to be tossed to the side, and they're going to build some new altar. I'm over it. I'm done.
Yeah. Well, then I wonder what happens next. I worry about that aspect of the story as well, which is what's the next one that comes along. And at the same time, to your point, you just brought it up. And so I want you to kind of comment on this, because there's a lot of politics that have been at play here and things that have been changing, very important stuff. While we're focused on this and now these Fauci emails, we cannot forget that the border is a crisis. We're still in this place. And again, visiting there, one of the things that happened this week, very important, that the Biden administration officially ended the Remain in Mexico policy. That's a big deal, everybody. A huge deal, and especially what's going on with the border. Your visit there, again, tell me what you witnessed and some of this that's taken place with this administration.
Well, I'm still down here. We're going out in the Rio Grande River today. Look, here's the problem you got. Right now, according to estimates, there's about 700,000 people have come into the country illegally this year. We're going to set a record this year. Two big reasons. One, the stay in Mexico policy has been completely removed, meaning that now the cartels and the smugglers know that people will be allowed to come directly to the border and get processed. Like, here's a news flash for us people. They want to get processed. People are not trying to evade Border Patrol. They're coming right up to them because they want to get processed. They want to get a notice to appear, because if you get a notice to appear, they can go to Immigration Services and apply for a driver's license and apply for temporary work documents. And Immigration Services under this administration is going to give it to them. So they want to get caught. Like, this is not a thing where they're trying to evade Border Patrol. They're not. That's problem number one. Problem number two is there's something called Title 42 that's about to go away because COVID-19 is about to go away, officially, according to the Biden administration. We already know it's gone now. But what Title 42 has done is it only allowed us to accept children who are 6 years old and under. Everybody else was getting turned away and sent back to Mexico. That's about to go away. When Title 42 goes away, we're going to have adults, single adults will be allowed to come right up to Border Patrol and claim asylum and get processed as well. So Border Patrol is already telling us that they're going to see illegal border crossings are going to skyrocket. And that's only the people that they catch. There's the people that they're not catching, that they're not seeing. And all of this, while all this is happening, the cartel is making $500 million a month smuggling people into the United States. And that's their secondary business, because the cartel's primary business is drug smuggling. And drug smuggling is up over 1,000% on our southern border. If the job of the president and the job of the U.S. government is to secure the southern border, and you were to ask what are the things that need to happen to secure it, you would do the exact opposite of what Joe Biden is doing. This is being done on purpose. We should not take our eyes off it. Unfortunately, we have so many things that this administration is doing is crazy. And Drew, last example I'll give you.
Yeah.
There's something called an aerostat balloon. It's a radar balloon. It has a 30-mile radius to detect movement of people. The Biden administration is getting rid of the aerostat balloon. You know why? Because it costs too much money. This is how you know the insanity of his border policy. His border policy is to open the border, to not have enforcement, to allow people to move into the country, and to give them temporary legal status through notice to appears in our legal process, which takes 3 to 6 years to get through.
Yeah. Well,
this is a game, and we're losing.
So let me ask you this then before we go, because many people ask me, and really ask me to ask you, because you're there, you're along the border, you talk to Border Patrol. What do they say? What do they say they need?
Number one thing they need is they need it's the stay in Mexico policy to be reinstated, or what some of them will tell you, which is not through the official channels, is that if you want to stop this, just hold people. Give them the ability to hold people until their asylum hearings are had. Because what they said is that if you actually hold people as opposed to just releasing them into the country, they will stop coming because they're not going to pay the cartel to move them across the border. And the reason I keep bringing up the cartel, it's important for everybody to understand. People are not just walking from Guatemala to our southern border and trying to navigate a way into our country. They are paying the cartel to move them across into our country. The cartel is making billions of dollars doing this, and the cartel is not on our side. But if you held people and did not release them into the United States, they would stop coming. The cartel's business model would dry up, and they would not bring people up to our southern border because they know there's no way they're going to get paid because people aren't being allowed into the country. Just do that. Oh, and finish the wall.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about that.
Finish the wall.
Yeah.
Listen, the wall is 30 feet high, Drew. Hey, you can't scale it. Like, you can't climb it. So there's sections of the border here because it's not finished. You can see the border wall, maybe 2 miles of it. No, not maybe a half a mile of border wall, and then there's gaps. So are you going to try to scale a 30-foot wall,
No,
or are you
you go
just
to
going
the
to walk
gap.
around it?
Right.
Or are you just going to walk around it? Literally, massive gaps. You can just walk around it. Last thing I'll tell you, because Border Patrol is so thin, Texas National Guard is down here on the border. They're putting Texas National Guard in Border Patrol vehicles just to be a deterrent. But the cartels know that is Texas Border, that is National Guard, and National Guard doesn't have the authority to apprehend people coming into the country illegally. The cartel knows this, so they're just telling them like, no, that's National Guard. Just walk past them. They can't touch you, and that's true. Wow. That is the absolute truth.
Unbelievable.
It is insanity down here.
Yeah,
insane.
So what you're saying is Kamala Harris is not doing a good job. Is that what you're suggesting? Is that what you're saying? She's just, all right.
She's doing a good job for the left.
Well,
so is Joe Biden.
Great
Let
point.
me say that.
Great point. All right, Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I appreciate you getting up a little earlier this morning, my friend. All the best.
All right. See you guys. Thank you.
239-479-5592. Yeah, can't keep your eye off of the board. I know it's hard, and that's why we continue to talk about it because it's easy to get distracted by all the other things that are going on. Man, right? Just when you think you're focused on this, something else comes along, and like aliens. That is weird. Are there some people that are talking about aliens more than they're talking about the border or Fauci's emails or something like that? Or I don't know. I'm looking at Jake, and all of your friends are.
It's the current distraction.
239-479-5592. We ready to do this? Yes, we are. All right. Let's find out what's happening with traffic. By the way, tomorrow, live, Oaks Farm, Seed to Table, from 6 to 9 a.m. They open an hour early so that you can enjoy breakfast, grab a coffee, and hang out with us. You can stay the whole time. We would love to have you join us tomorrow. Corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples, Oaks Farm, Seed to Table. The show will be live our first Friday, and we're looking forward to it. All right, traffic right now. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good Thursday morning. Tracking major backups along 75 southbound from about Alico Road down through Corkscrew Road. To avoid that delay, you could just take Three Oaks Parkway or Ben Hill Griffin Parkway. Three Oaks looks like the best route right now to get you around some of those slowdowns. Looking good if you're heading out on 41. Not seeing any stop-and-go traffic out there just yet this morning. Also watching a crash in Golden Gate Estates on Golden Gate Boulevard right near 2nd Street Southeast. And on US 17 heading between Arcadia and Punta Gorda, we have a crash on 17 at County Route 760. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Watch out for some slick roadways this morning as we had rain and storms, of course, yesterday and overnight. More areas of rain expected this afternoon, mainly along and north of the Caloosahatchee River. Scattered showers and storms continue all the way through the weekend as the heat and humidity sticks around, too. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company?
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning. For over 45 years, our motto has been, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call Brett Air right now. Find them online at brettairconditioning.com or like them on Facebook.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Got mold?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friends.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, coming up, the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. The governor had something to say about Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried announcing a run against him. You're going to like this audio. So that's coming up. The Fauci emails. Yep. The Fauci fraud that may have been taking place. Well, I don't know. I'll read some of the issues with the emails, and then you can decide the 6 bombshells, to be specific, that came out of these Fauci emails. Question everything, question everything, question everything. And then when somebody says stop questioning, you say, shush it. Okay. Yeah, be kind. Yeah, there's enough craziness this week. Oh, by the way, and also news on Nancy Pelosi. Did she abandon the idea of having Biden establish a January 6th commission? Really? Why?
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. You know the real estate market's really hot right now, but for how long? Well, nobody really knows. If people don't catch up on their mortgage payments because of COVID, the market's going to get flooded with foreclosure inventory, and that's scary because your home's value could plummet. So if you thought about selling your home for a premium price, now's the time to do it, but you don't want to make any costly mistakes. That's why you need to get with Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. See, he's been buying, selling, brokering, and investing in real estate for over 20 years. Mistakes in real estate can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Anthony wrote a book on how to sell homes, your home, and for the most money. And he wants to ship it to you for free. Just go to GomesMovesHomes.com and tell him where you want to send it. Inside, you'll gain 20 years of secrets from wealthy home sellers on how you can sell for a premium price without doing repairs, letting strangers go through your home, and you could pick the closing date. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. Again, GomesMovesHomes.com.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes, Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Hey, this is Papa with our most important commercial in the past 30 years. Fox News just reported that several insurance companies are dropping their homeowners insurance in the state of Florida, and over 50,000 homeowners will lose their coverage just as hurricane season is starting. Whether or not you will be affected immediately or down the road, you should call Papa for our free tile roof inspection so that we can put you on our proactive list. If we do find needed repairs, we'll make it affordable. If you then discover that you do need to find new insurance, at least we can make your roof look clean and in good shape. Once you get on our proactive list, we'll call you automatically if we get hit. If you do need emergency service, we can help you. License number CCC 1326213. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, they say it's not too late to call Papa for our free inspection. You know the number, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. Don't procrastinate. It's not too late. Call Papa for a date. 945-2700.
Infrastructure spending to be continued after yesterday's face-to-face.
A White House official says President Biden and West Virginia Senator Shelley Moore Capito agreed to reconnect tomorrow, following an Oval Office meeting that focused on a bipartisan infrastructure agreement.
The president has a bit of experience legislating, and his approach is to look for ways we can find common ground.
Still, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says patience is not unending and inaction is a red line.
Fox's Jared Halpern. And we're just getting jobless claims in for last week. We've hit a new pandemic low. First-time claims coming in at 385,000, a drop of 20,000, also below expectations. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning, tracking major backups along 75 southbound from about Alico Road down through Corkscrew Road. To avoid that delay, you could just take Three Oaks Parkway or Ben Hill Griffin Parkway. Three Oaks looks like the best route right now to get you around some of those slowdowns. Looking good if you're heading out on 41. Not seeing any stop-and-go traffic out there just yet this morning. Also watching a crash in Golden Gate Estates on Golden Gate Boulevard right near 2nd Street Southeast. And on US 17 heading between Arcadia and Punta Gorda, we have a crash on 17 at County Route 760. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. Expect another round of scattered showers and storms this afternoon. The best chance of rain will be along and north of the Caloosahatchee, but everyone has that opportunity. And based on how much rain we've seen lately, you want to watch out for some minor street flooding and ponding on the roadways, not just this morning, but into the afternoon and evening hours too. Otherwise, hot and humid once again, temps in the upper 80s, lower 90s, and we keep this above average trend going all the way toward the end of the week and heading toward the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I grew up in the air conditioning business, and over the decades I've tried to protect this industry from the scam artists and the bad actors. I've volunteered to help law enforcement all across the area and the Attorney General programs to investigate scams and ripoffs to help protect all the people of our community. I've paid a price for looking out for the people of Southwest Florida, from being called names to having the bad guys sue or threaten to sue me to get me to shut up so that you won't know the facts about their scams. To me, it was all worth it to help protect you, the most important people in our world. I'll never cower to the bad guys, and I'll always look out for my friends and neighbors in Southwest Florida. It's one of the main reasons we say what we say in our slogan, Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949. I'm doing it the way my dad did it, and my kids will follow suit. License CACO 57313.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myShowerDoor.com.
If you've been considering getting a new car, there's never been a better time. Hey, Aaron Walker here from Naples Nissan. Used car values are at an all-time high, up $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 more than ever before. And while used car prices may be going up, my new car prices certainly are not. In fact, with current manufacturer rebates and incentives like 0% financing for up to 5 years, I'd say they're close to being at an all-time low. If you could get $6,000 more for your car today than you could a year ago, why wouldn't you? If you could trade up to a brand new Nissan with a lifetime unlimited mile warranty, why wouldn't you? And oh, by the way, we have over 400 new Nissan models to choose from. I'm telling you, it's a buyer's market, folks. There's never been a better time to buy, only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road or naplesnissan.com. All offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching. If you're at Facebook, Drew Steele Radio, yep, we're there for the time being. Anything that you would like to talk about coming up right after the top 5 audio clips, I am open for whatever you are ready to discuss. So we'll leave these phone lines open for you before we head out the door, before you head to work or wherever you're going. And let's do that coming up. First, time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
You say it's in China's interest, though. Would you agree, though, Dr. Fauci, it is in their interest to hide it if there was a lab leak or worse, if they were designing something in their lab so that the world, that America didn't know that it came out of their own lab? Wouldn't they want to conceal that?
You know, Willie, I don't want to be speculating on that because every time I say something like that, you know it as well as I, it will get completely taken out of context and go into the Twitter world like crazy. So, I mean, I'm going to leave that to other people and not surmise and guess whose interest it is.
Whoa. Okay. As the great Jerry Dunleavy from the Washington Examiner was pointing out. So, Dr. Fauci on Morning Joe this morning on MSNBC, as he goes on, and of course the spin begins, he went painstakingly through the fact that it's obviously in China's interest to find the origins of COVID-19. But then when asked if it's in their interest to possibly conceal the fact that it came from there, it was a lab leak instead of natural occurrences, and Fauci's like, I don't want to speculate. We're not going to speculate on anything. We don't want to do. How do you do that? Because you're the Fauci. You get to do what you want.
Number 4.
We keep hearing that we need to reach 70%. Why is the 70% number so effective? So important, rather important.
You know, we want to get the majority of America vaccinated. And after we get to 70%, my goal is going to be to get to 80%. I think what we really understand is that this virus is an opportunist and it will go to places where people are not vaccinated. And so you are safe if you are vaccinated. You are not safe if you are not vaccinated. And my job is to keep America safe. So we will work to get to 70% on June 4th.
Yeah, 70%. So the question was this morning on CBS this morning, the president's month of action. We got to get to 70%. Come on, I'll give you a beer. Nothing says, hey, let's get ourselves healthy and vaccinated like here's a beer. Anyway, or a donut, or whatever the case may be. Maybe a Slim Jim. Hey, that's good as well. How about everybody gets a free Slim Jim? Can we do that if you get vaxxed? Okay, not enough because we need lotteries. We need money and guns. Anyway, CDC director this morning asked, why 70%? There's a scientific reason, right? What's the scientific reason? And as you heard right there's no answer to the scientific reason, especially when there are some scientists, we're not allowed to talk about these scientists because, they go against the narrative. The ones that are saying things like T-cell immunity and vaccination and past infection, all of this is coming together. And that's why the numbers are starting to go down. Like naturally, we're getting out of this as well we would have otherwise. And so this is all happening and it's making its way down, and yet still we got to have these a month of actions and no scientific explanation as to why. I really want to know why.
Number 3.
Thousands of emails to and from Dr. Anthony Fauci have been obtained by news outlets, including CNN. They offer a glimpse into Fauci's frantic schedule and the weight that came with his role of being a bearer of honest news, frank and honest news, on the Trump administration's coronavirus task force. In one email from February of last year, Fauci wrote it was reminiscent of post-anthrax days. Days later, he told a reporter, quote, I am really tired, not much sleep these days.
Yeah, that's all there is. By the way, that was the one mention, 28 seconds of coverage from CNN. That's all you get, everybody. One mention, 28 seconds of coverage. Tom Elliott from Grabian brought that up yesterday. That was it. That's all you get. And the mention was all about how, man, it was tough working for Trump in the Trump era and being part of that team. And man, he's tired. Yeah, there was more in the emails we're going to get to in just a second.
Number 2.
And that's what I was trying to do, is to always tell the truth on the basis of what the data is. And it was never deliberately something against the president. In fact, you spoke about my emails. You look at my emails, I never in the email said anything derogatory about President Trump.
Well, the true mark of someone is if they look good, even when their personal emails come out. So you pass the test that very few of us would pass.
That's MSNBC yesterday that was trying to help the Fauci last night. The first interview with Dr. Fauci today, there's going to be plenty more for the spin cycle. And yesterday, that's Nicole Wallace who's letting everybody know that, hey, we read all your emails, and boy, you passed the test when it comes to honesty and forthrightness. And don't you worry, we're here to help you in any way we can. By the way, there was actually an ABC reporter who sent an email and said, I will never do anything derogatory against you, so don't you worry about it. Just let me know what's going on, all right? Whatever you need us to say, we'll say, right?
Number one.
Look, I think, here's what I'd say. Nikki Fried has done nothing in office. She does nothing. All she does is emote on social media, virtue signal to small dollar donors in California and New York. She spent millions of dollars to put her face on every gas pump across this state purely to boost her own image at your expense as a taxpayer. She's a lockdown lobbyist. She would have had our kids locked out of school the whole year. She would have had this business shuttered for the whole year. They would be out of business if Fried were governor. So she's opposed us at every turn. All the good stuff we've been able to accomplish for Florida, she opposes it. And I've done more, I think, in my first week as governor than she just done in her entire time as agriculture commissioner.
Do I need to go on?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Yeah, the governor yesterday responding to Nikki Fried getting ready to run for governor here in the state of Florida.
Marijuana?
Yeah, okay. So there's going to be a lot of that talk because what has Nikki Fried accomplished besides having her face plastered all over gas pumps?
Marijuana?
Yeah, I got it. Okay, good. All right, 239-479-5592. Boy, there's a lot to dig into. The 6 different bombshell revelations that we discussed a little earlier about the Fauci emails. Nothing to see here. The loads and loads of spin that's taking place this morning with Fauci. This idea that you don't want to speculate about anything that happened with the left. Well, there's a lot of email to not speculate, but to actually talk about. So why don't we do that in a series of bombshells that are brought to you by Town Hall? Are you ready? Here we go.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Yeah, scientists told Fauci that the COVID-19 virus might be engineered, but he ignored it. That's right. An NIH scientist, Christian Anderson, on January 31st, 2020, reported that the Wuhan coronavirus looked, quote, potentially engineered. In other words, it was manipulated in a lab through gain-of-function research. And yet, that's not what he said publicly, as he rejected the possibility of a lab leak in interviews during testimony to Congress and during official White House task force briefings on April 18th, 2020, 3 months after being told the virus looked engineered. Fauci told reporters at the White House unequivocally that it didn't come from a lab. Most of the media then reported his remarks as debunking the conspiracy theory. Hey, there's a problem there, right?
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, here's another one. Fauci was circulating an article on gain-of-function research on February 1st, 2020. At the time, talking about the possibility that the Wuhan coronavirus came from a lab-engineered concoction could get you banned from social media. Fauci was sending attachments titled SARS gain-of-function PDF to colleagues, and one recipient would email back saying, quote, the paper you sent me says the experiments were performed before the gain-of-function pause, but have since been reviewed and approved by NIH. Adding another colleague, quote, we'll try to determine if we have any distant ties to this work abroad. And he was like, okay, stay tuned. Yeah, that's a bombshell. That's a problem, right?
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, good. Here's another one. Fauci was quick to tell on Ron DeSantis. He's a bad boy, right?
He is like a little baby.
Yeah, he's a bad boy. But that governor in New York there, Cuomo, that guy is good stuff. Actually, we won't even say anything about him. We'll just keep our mouths shut. An email dated March 19, 2020 revealed more about how the media darling viewed his commentator duties as well as his tattletale style of dealing with state leaders who didn't go along with the scientific guidance, because he's a scientist and scientists...
Marijuana?
All right, enough of that. So he sent out an email saying, quote, regarding the bars and beaches, I've been screaming on TV 2 to 5 times a night to tell the younger generation to start taking this seriously. I'm very surprised that Governor DeSantis has not completely closed the bars, even if they serve food. I will bring this up at the task force meeting tomorrow. Hey, did you say anything about the New York governor who was sending COVID-positive patients back into nursing homes, thus implementing something known as death to certain individuals? Does that matter? that a bombshell there? But no, you go ahead and go after the governor of the state of Florida, which, by the way, I'll have everybody know that even when it comes to mask mandates and some of the things we've had to deal with in Southwest Florida, did you know that it's been weeks now since we have had the decline of mask mandates? And there's been no surge in cases nationally, despite that decline. The more you know about science or the like.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Here's another one that has to do with masks. He knew the masks didn't work and told people not to wear them. Town Hall reported on the communications with individuals and media outlets in which Fauci advised against mask wearing for travel, told the medical school dean not to mandate masks, and stated the flimsy masks most Americans were forced to wear were ineffective at stopping the spread of the Wuhan virus. Hey, it would have been nice for you to tell us this, but no, didn't happen. Quote, masks are really for infected people to prevent them from spreading infection to people who are not infected rather than protecting uninfected people from acquiring infection, he said. The typical mask you buy in the drugstore is not really effective in keeping out virus, which is small enough to pass through the material. And he concluded by saying, quote, I do not recommend that you wear a mask to travel by air. Hey, by the way, didn't Bill Nye the Science Nut do this whole thing with a candle and talked about how scientifically I can't blow out the candle with a mask, so you doofuses out there who think that I'm wrong, you're all a bunch of QAnon, tinfoil hat, conspiracy theorists.
He is like a little baby.
You're like a little baby, like that kind of thing, right? But then the Fauci was telling people behind the scenes that, how does that work? That's a problem, isn't it?
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Hey, here's another one. We just keep going and going and going. In emails to George Gao, the director of China's Center for Disease Control and Prevention from March 2020, the two struck an unnervingly collegial tone despite China's role in unleashing COVID. Quote, hope the U.S. situation is getting better eventually. Let's work together to get the virus out of the earth, emailed Gao. We will get through this together, responded Fauci. And in another exchange, in April 2020, the Chinese official wrote to say, quote, I saw some news, hope it's fake, that you are being attacked by some people. Hope you're well under such an irrational situation. And Fauci replied, all is well, despite some crazy people in the world. Hey, I wonder who he's talking about when he's talking about crazy people. You probably could guess, right?
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
All right, and here's the last one. In March 2020, Fauci thought COVID would stop on its own without a vaccine. What? Quote, social distancing is not really geared to wait for a vaccine. Close proximity of people will keep the RO higher than 1 and even as high as 2 to 3. If we can get the RO to less than 1, the epidemic will gradually decline and stop on its own without a vaccine.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
There you go. So there's a lot. So when you have some outlets like CNN going, it was just about the fact that, man, I'll tell you what, it was tough working for Trump and he was tired. Yeah, it's a little bit more than that. So there's a little refresher on some of the bombshells, but question everything. Question everything. When somebody tells you not to talk about climate change because 15 scientists are telling us that Miami is sinking and there's sea level rising going on in the state of Florida and we need to spend money and do a whole lot of things and spend more money, and we got all kinds of people on boats and captains and whatever, and the idea that we got to spend money and do this thing and it's the only way to do. Hey, question everything, because I got a bunch of scientists that tell me something different. As a matter of fact, I have some people that are suggesting that, crazy enough, if you put a major metropolitan city on top of a swamp, it sinks. Yeah, there's that aspect of the story. But no, we can't talk about them because those people go against your narrative. Yeah, we question everything around here, and I'm sorry, you don't like it.
Marijuana?
Does that have to do with anything? Well, I guess if Nikki Fried had her way, it would just be, y'all just get high and I'll take care of it. Don't worry. If things get bad, just get high. All right. So we question everything. If we're told that we need somebody to run diversity in our schools, we need a diversity director like in Collier County or Lee County, a director of diversity and equity. Hey, what does diversity mean? What does that mean? Because I would hate to think that your diversity is not my diversity, and I hate to think that your diversity means that, certain groups are not like the others. Some of these people are not like the other people's diversity. That's what it means to me. You know, like the head of Google, this guy who's the diversity leader there, Kamal Bob, who is currently serving as Google's Google's head of diversity strategy, is now going after Jews, apparently. And in a 2007 post that he did, a blog entry, he made it known that if I were a Jew, I would be concerned about my insatiable appetite for war and killing in defense of myself. Hey, that sounds really disproportionate with the idea that diversity goes two ways. It sort of sounded like that comment is one way. That's not really diversity, is it? That's kind of an awful thing to say, and you're heading diversity in Google. You know, the Pentagon is talking about how important it is that we have diversity and inclusion efforts and not going to apologize for it. Hey, what's your idea of diversity in the military? How does that work? Can I ask that? When you're in Collier County, let's say, and you're looking for a director of diversity and equity, there's a job opening there and you're hiring people, or maybe you're in Lee County, Charlotte, Glades, Hendry, whoever you are, and you're getting that diversity and equity individual in there. Hey, what's your diversity? Can I ask that question? Where are you going with this? I'd hate to think that some people would be excluded due to your diversity because that's how you think diversity should be. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering. Question everything. I don't want you questioning that because we here on the elected official wherever. No. I question everything you say. Yeah, lots of questions. I didn't get a chance to talk about this, and somebody wanted to mention it. Or wanted me to mention it. Why Nancy Pelosi abandoned the idea of having a January 6th commission. Now it seems like it's not going to happen anymore. And this idea of doing it, and that Joe Biden would, with the stroke of a pen, have the commission set up unilaterally, and how that's a bad idea. And I just wanted to bring this up because I thought it was interesting that Nancy Pelosi has done this before. And when you recognize the tactic, when it happens, you'll see it for what it is. Like the Trump-Russia collusion hoax and how information was fed to the media by our intelligence communities, and then the media ran with the story, and then the intelligence community said, well, it's being reported on, so clearly it's a problem. And then it circles back to this whole idea of connecting dots and doing all of these things like the plot against the president was talking about in the Trump-Russia collusion hoax, a movie you should watch. And if you haven't watched it yet, I encourage you to do it. But Nancy Pelosi is doing something that she always does. She put it out there, this idea of a commission. All the liberals, media, everybody pushed hard. And that if it didn't happen, Republicans were the reason why it didn't happen. That's the game. She probably knew all along that there wasn't going to be a commission. It was never going to happen, but it didn't have to happen. Because if we spent a whole month demagoguing against Republicans and conservatives and anybody else that would go against this idea that we got to have a commission insurrection, it really wasn't an insurrection, that if you could do that long enough, you wouldn't have to. Because all you're trying to do is change people's hearts and minds, if you will. Because there are elections coming up. And Republicans are evil. And our purpose is served. And so we don't have to do it. Knowing full well that there's always investigations going on. They're happening now. You don't need a commission to do it. That's slick. Real slick. But when you know it, and when you see it happening, and you recognize it, you can recognize the slickness, and then go, no thanks. No, that's all right. I question everything, and I don't necessarily trust you. And that's okay. All right, listen, have a great day. Glenn Beck is next. We'll see you tomorrow morning live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table. The show will be live from 6 to 9 a.m. I hope you'll be there with us at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road. And right now, let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up with Wink News meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhis.
Watch out for some slick roadways this morning as we had rain and storms, of course, yesterday and overnight. More areas of rain expected this afternoon, mainly along and north of the Caloosahatchee River. Scattered showers and storms continue all the way through the weekend as the heat and humidity sticks around too. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhis.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I just want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right.